investment in this country because we are the game changers in Africa and also in the world.
All right. Say hashtag Grow South Africa.
Hashtag Grow South Africa because that's the right thing to do.
Oh, there you have it. It's David Tlale, David at large.
Love it. Can you pick up the audio fine on that?
You see, they should have just told you to do this.
Do you understand?
Oh, we are live. Finally.
Finally.
Great stuff. All right, okay. So we are on the green carpet,
Right.
Zizo. It's a big night.
It is a huge night, it's been namhlanje.
Hashtag Grow South Africa, 25
right.
years of democracy, and we're celebrating what Black excellence is all about
Absolutely.
as we count down to the final week of campaigning before the elections.
I think into ekufuneka aqinisekileyo ngayo ukubana kungabikho mpazamo xa kufika le mini ye-8 kaMeyi. So namhlanje kuqokelele abantu abakhoyo apha kwi-Sandton Convention Centre bonke besithi bame begxininisa nomongameli namhlanje kunye nepati.
So you went all Xhosa on me.
Uyandazi kaloku ukuthi italiwe.
Ulava leswaku na mina ni vulavula Xichangani xa ka hina hi ku namuntlha hi ta le ka n'wina hi le Sandton Convention Centre hi teni namuntlha ku ta ri Siyanqoba na president wa hina na ANC.
Kanjalo ke xa eye wathi umongameli phakamisa isandla athi thuma mina sikhona nathi sizosabela.
Sikhona.
Njengoba sikhona ke apha on the green carpet, we're going to be chatting to a number of people who are here, just celebrating all there is to celebrate about the achievements of this amazing party. Also, silungiselela njengoba besitsho sisipheni the mini ye-8 kaMeyi.
All right, looks like we have someone to talk to.
Let's
Hello,
see.
sir. How are you doing? Great stuff. What is your name, sir?
Delano.
Delano. Okay, what sector are you in and why are you here tonight?
I'm just one of the volunteers from Eldorado Park, and we are here to come and lend our full support to our president, Comrade Matamela. And basically to say we believe, we trust, the campaign has been hard, it's been difficult, but it's coming to an end now. Just waiting to see him tonight and then go to the Siyanqoba rally on Sunday.
Okay, you sound like you have a plan. Okay, so when we say hashtag Grow South Africa, what does it mean to you?
I would love to see our youth getting more opportunities. So basically just, grow themselves, develop, and because where I'm from, the youth are not really having opportunities as such. So in order for us to grow South Africa, we have to start with the youth. And that would augur well for our future.
Okay. We're also taking this moment to reflect back at 25 years of freedom, of democracy. What does that, what does that mean to you?
It's been a good run for me personally because I grew up in the apartheid era, and seeing more electrification, seeing more opportunities, seeing advances in basically a whole sphere of fields. For me, it's perfect. I've loved the 25 years, and I'm looking forward to my last 25 years with the ANC.
Last. I'm giving you 50. Thanks very much for chatting to us as a bonus. Great stuff. Okay, Zizo.
So we're going to have to ping pong as we
Yeah,
go.
we're gonna have
Sizamema
to.
usisi abe lapha. Sizova ngaye ke namhlanje ukubana ubukho bakhe buthetha uthini kuye. Ngicela uzazise sisi.
My name is Banyana Kutamo.
Banyana, are you excited to be here with us today?
Very excited.
Tell us why in particular.
I'm from the LGBTI community. So, to us, this means a lot to say that we were excluded from many things for many years. So, now we see that the president is slowly but getting there, that we are being included in such things. And South Africa, when they say we have to grow South Africa, we believe that we have a say. Our votes also matter as we, the LGBTI community.
What programs would you like to see happening going forward? Kwenzela uba njengoba usitsho abantu abakwi LGBTIQ+ community can be well recognized.
Firstly, I think it has to do with awareness. We and also education, to educate people. People need to be educated so that people understand who we are, and because people, the stigma maybe we should do away with stigmas. Our communities should starting to grow in a way that they have to learn, and we need the president to give us programs that will educate the community. And again, opportunities. We shouldn't be discriminated because you are LGBTQ+. Yes, because when you're saying somebody would say you're not eligible for a certain job because you're dressing in a certain way.
Kuzanyanzeleka ilungiswe loo nto. I love the fact that you mentioned that the communities need to grow in that direction. Siyabona naxa kukho osodolophu abafana notata uMzwandile Masina bebonakala to be supporting the LGBTIQ plus community. So thank you for your time. Oh, ngumeya wakho?
Yes, Mzandila Masina, my mayor.
You're representing Ekurhuleni.
Ekurhuleni here. Thank you very much.
Over to you, Pam.
Okay, I don't know why you're leaving me, Zizo,
Oh, I'm
but
back, okay.
we can do this.
We're gonna MacGyver it.
Let's MacGyver this thing. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I can see you got your LGBTI flag. Is that it?
Pride.
Okay, Johannesburg Pride.
Yes.
Bro, what is your name?
My name is Kay Ali. I'm the chairperson of Johannesburg Pride. I'm here today to support Mr. President because over a long time he's been supportive of the LGBT community and we really appreciate it.
Okay, so we say hashtag Grow South Africa. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely amazing. Hashtag Grow South Africa. We're 25 years in. We've got another 225 to go.
Most definitely. Thanks for chatting to us. Yourself tonight.
Ciao.
Great stuff. Okay. Hello, sir.
Are you okay?
I'm good, and you?
Very well.
Okay, so I ask everybody who they are and why they're here. I think I should do the same, just in case.
Jeff Kadebe, ANC. I'm here to endorse my president and the ANC so that on the 8th of May, next week, Wednesday, all South Africans must come in their numbers to vote right. And
vote-
voting right is voting for the ANC.
Great stuff. We're also looking back at celebrating 25 years of democracy and the freedoms that have been won. When you look back, what comes to mind?
What comes to mind, I look at O.R. Tambo, the president of the ANC, who's like a biblical Moses. He couldn't see the promised land, but you and I are enjoying the fruit of his labor. So let's not take freedom for granted. Let's go and vote for Mandela, for Sisulu, for Tambo, but also for the future of this country.
All right, so we say hashtag Grow South Africa. I want you to say that.
Hashtag Grow South Africa.
Thank you.
Together.
Great stuff. Thanks very much for chatting to us. Well, Zizo, there you have it. It is getting exciting. Hello, ma'am.
Come.
I'm good.
I actually wanted to gate crash that interview, but then I thought I can't ungayenzanga ugqibile. Cela izazise njani?
Sikhona njani mama?
Siphilile kuthe ngathi wonwabile wena namhlanje usemandleni.
Jabulile kakhulu yazi usidibana nopresident yethu.
Udibene naye okanye usezambona umlindini?
Sizombona ngidibane naye sesikhulume sive ukuthi usele ntoni emnandi lapho. Yebo.
Bonakala ingathi kodwa kudala uyixhasa ANC. Ivoti yakho isaqinisekile ngale 8 kaMeya ndithi.
Since 1994
Love it. Okay. Sikhule nayo kodwa umyalezo usathi let's grow South Africa together. Which direction do you want us to grow in? Into ofuna uyibona isenze.
ubona umphakathi wethu ujabulile ama-service delivery afika emphakathini abantu bonke bayocasta ivote yabo nge-8 zaka-May. Thank you.
City hashtag Grow South Africa.
Grow. Amandla ngawethu.
Amandla ngawethu.
Yebo.
All right, Mama.
Siyabonga kakhulu,
All right,
sis.
all right. Have fun. Okay.
Okay, nanku
There you can come.
naye esiza ithi ndizamvulela indlela.
needed to do this for the longest
Mama uphilile namhlanje njani?
Okay.
Nikhona wena njani?
Sikhona enkosi. So siyancokola namhlanje feeding inside and we're celebrating 25 years of freedom. What has been the most exciting part of this journey for you?
The most exciting part of this journey is knowing that only the ANC can take South Africa forward and only the ANC knows how to grow the economy. Viva Ramaphosa!
Okay, Mama.
Thank you
So,
for your
really,
time.
hashtag Grow South Africa. You are here tonight. What does it mean to you?
Hashtag Grow South Africa means to me that a legacy for my child and my grandchildren will be left in South Africa. That it is not about past mistakes, but it is past learnings and the growth going forward. It is about learning from our mistakes. Nobody's perfect. We all fall before we can run. And we are at that stage where we are turning around and we are saying, we've made mistakes. We admit we have made mistakes. And now we are going to rectify those mistakes and we are going to grow on those mistakes. Yes, like Kathy said.
Yeah.
Viva Cyril
Together.
Ramaphosa! Viva!
Viva.
Thank you so
Thank you so much for chatting to us. Well, there you have it. Some of the people that we're having here on the red carpet. I see Mum Faith.
The energy is definitely jovial here.
It's jovial. You
And
can join us.
wonke umuntu usebenzela uzongena apha kwicarpet. Sizawucela ke kodwa ukhawulezise nawe bhuti kwenzela sizolungiselela umama. Unjani namhlanje?
Sikhona mama.
Umyalezo omnye nje qha ufuna unika umongameli namhlanje ungathini kuye?
Ndingari kwa busirili. Bayafara boro farisa nguduralo. Riko bari Jamestown Tower 36 bavumile vilakazi. Rodo ba support.
Siyabulela ngexesha lakho bhuti.
Rulebuwa ngamanda.
Nda.
Oh, ndawo yandoni. All right. Okay. Nangu Mum MEC. Sondela Mum.
MEC Odumo.
Wafika.
Mama, tonight we say hashtag Grow South Africa. When uti?
Ngithi mina, exe, all of us, Jovijo, we must remember, nge-8 zaka May, take your ID, go to your nearest voting station, first ballot vote ANC, second ballot vote ANC. Know that as you vote, you are voting to grow South Africa, you are voting for women emancipation, you are
Yes.
voting for a better life, but most of all, you are voting for an organization that recognizes that women's rights are human rights. Ola Eita.
Ola. Well, there you have it, Mama. Enjoy the evening. Thank you. As you can see.
Hayi ngathi cacile uba ungaqinisekanga isizathu sovota naso ezo uvale ngothi hola eta. Size ngapha mama unjani?
Ndiyaphila sisunjani?
Sikhona enkosi. 25 years later sisamile nangoku okokoko sasivotela iANC ngo94. Yintoni ebangela uba uzube kanti nge8 kaMeyi uqinisekile uex wakho uyaphi?
The ANC made it possible for women who are in the business to participate as women in this country. As SAWIC, which is a South African Women in Construction, we are so grateful ukuthi le government le ithema iqala i-democracy. Ya recognize abafazi ukuthi they need to be in the construction industry. Umama uSiqawu wasifomishela uSAWIC 3 years into the democracy of South Africa. SAWIC is 23 years or 22 years. The democracy is 25 years. So we are so grateful. And we want to say to the youth of South Africa, all built environment professionals, women, youngsters, take that career for QS, for architects, for engineers, and come and build South Africa, because when we grow the country, we grow, construction is in the center of it.
Okay.
Besitsho ke umongameli into yokubana i-hashtag izaba ngo-hashtag let's grow South Africa together. Ndicela uphinde utsho.
Oh, hashtag let's grow this beautiful country, South Africa, together.
Inkosi
All right,
kakhulu.
thank you, Mommy. All right. Oh, such passion there. Such passion there. Hello.
Kudala ubhuti esithi hayi ndiyalandela. What are you excited to share with us about, Bhuti?
Yeah, no. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be sharing this moment with everybody that is here today. And just to say to the voters and everybody out there, to say go out on the 8th and make sure you vote. It is very important. There's people that are out there that are saying voting doesn't matter even if they don't vote. That is absolutely wrong, because of their vote matters. So I just want to urge everyone, all the youth, everyone that is out there, the old people, let them go out on the 8th and vote and cast the vote and vote for ANC.
So, City hashtag Grow South Africa.
Hashtag Grow South Africa.
All right. Thank you so much.
Together.
All right.
Enkosi ke bhuti uthe
All right,
walifumana ithuba
there you have
lakhe.
it.
Sisondeze usisi ngapha. Siyakwamkela unjani sisi?
Ngiyaphila kunjani?
Khona khawuzazise ngubani igama lakho?
Igama lami uHlengiwe Maxine Mpele, ngisuka eJohannesburg, born and bred. Yes.
Okay. So, why are you here tonight?
I am here tonight because I want to listen to my president. I haven't seen my president since we started with the elections. And today is just going to be a refreshing day to see him just before the Siyanqoba rally. And most importantly, it's about time that I also, as an individual who works for the ANC, would love to just hear what the president has to say with regards to growing South Africa and how can we grow it going further.
Kukho abantu abatsha abahlelileyo bamamele endlini ufuna ubakhuthaza bathini into yokubana baqiniseke uba on the 8th of May they're going to vote.
Ngifuna ukubatshela ukuthi whether it's raining, whether it's shining, whether it's snowing, whether it's windy.
Come hell or high waters.
You must go out with your ID and you must go and vote, and you must vote for the right and the correct political party, which is the
Both
African
ballot
yes,
papers.
for both ballot papers, for the provincial and national ballot papers, for the African National Congress, and let's grow South Africa together, guys.
Inkosi kakhulu sisi. Into engichazayo ke kodwa is 25 years later sinawo amava. So, gotta go with experience, right?
That's true. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my
Sikhangele bakhona bafole bonke bathi sifuna usondela kusisipheni ke ndinika umzuzu nithethe nosisipheni.
Where are you running away to? Hello bhuti njani?
Siyaphila kunjani?
Libitso ke mang?
Ngusiyabonga wakwavokwana.
Okay. So why are you here tonight?
Ayishi ndizobona president yethu esiyithandayo uMr Ramaphosa.
City hashtag grow South Africa together when uthi.
Nam ndithi hashtag go South Africa, especially nge-8 ka-May. Let us win South Africa ne-president yethu Ramaphosa.
Okay, ufuna uthini ku-president? Xa ungambona nje, if you bump into him, ungathini tonight?
Yo, ndingathi mani molo ihlobo. Hayi mntanam engayizolo. Phambili i-president ye-South Africa phambili. Bonke abangathi bayazama ukukuwisa. They're going to fail.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much for joining us. All right, great stuff. Well, there you have it. Different people, young people, lots and lots of young people. It's quite exciting,
I love the
Zizo.
fact that there's a lot of young people.
Sister
Jani, ndiyaphila kunjani? Sikhona inkosi kawuzazise.
Ndingu-Onesimo Mashiya wase-Eastern Cape. Nje lapha njena ndimele i-youth yalapha eSouth Africa. Ndifuna ukuthi I know that a lot of my peers are confused. They are concerned about the future of the country, but they don't know, and they don't know the history. Abanye bethu sifumene history, but a lot of us still didn't. So I just want to reassure youth and my peers that i-ANC lena ezoyigrowisha iSouth Africa masiye phambili.
Sibona ke kodwa iparty ixhasa abantu abakhulu ngakumbi abanamashishini. Entrepreneurship is a big talking point, especially to look at the issue of unemployment. Is this something that you think singayijongisisa singabantu abatsha sithathe ngazandla zibini sisiye phambili ngayo?
I think it is. I know that my peers are very concerned about the unemployment rate. We're getting our degrees, but we're not getting employed. And so I think we should really focus on the entrepreneurship in this country and move it forward.
Njengomamela uba abantu batsha basemzantsi bathetha kanje siya phambili enkosi kakhulu ngexesha lakho.
Phambili hashtag grow South Africa.
We're growing South Africa together. Ithi sisondeze umama apha saphinde sibuyele kuwe bhuti. Imapha phakathi kwethu mama. Okay, and I see you dressed in all that represents South Africa.
Oh my God, she's taking us back to the
proudly
World Cup.
South African. Yes. And I pledged my 110% for the ANC.
Yes.
There's only one ANC and there'll only be one ANC.
There you go.
Like my grandmother used to say, die mense van die Congress.
Die mense van
Ons
die
sal baie van die
Congress.
mense van die Congress.
Yeah. And Cyril Ramaphosa, you're from Letanka Street and I am from 1462 Mata Street, Western Native Township. Yes.
Okay, I see you taking us back to the World Cup in 2010.
That was the idea, my sister. Yes.
Okay. So we're also celebrating 25 years of democracy, yes. What does it mean to you?
Oh, it means the world to me. You know what? If it wasn't through the ANC, we would have celebrated 25 years. Yeah. We wouldn't have had the 2010 World Cup. And right now, Banyana and Bafana are going to France. CIF France.
Okay, Mommy.
Proudly South African.
Thank you, Mommy. All right.
I love the representation, not just in one sphere. So we've spoken about entrepreneurship, we've spoken about young people, we've spoken about sports, business you chatted with David about, and health. Yes. Also people with physical disabilities or disabilities in various forms as well.
Yes.
We're
definitely growing together as a nation. Okay, let's talk to Mola Puti. Okay, igama ngubani? So which sector are you in and why are you here tonight?
Yeah, ANC. Into bangikhona lapha ingoba ndiqonda into bana lapha kuzothethwa ngendaba ye-business. Kanti ke i-business iyona nto iminqweno yethu ukufezekisa izifiso zethu nezoba omkhulu. Njengako utata uNelson wathi ngexesha efika wathi ufuna ukukhuxola hayi ukucala ucalula. Ngoku nasenzela ukuba sikhona lapha ndiyaqonda into bana kudibana abantu ngabantu. Njengako i-ANC yazisa
umanyano. Okay, that's unique.
Uzawuhamba uthetha isiXhosa wena pheni apha.
Ndiyasazi ndikhumsha strong.
Siyabulela ngexesha lakho bhuti.
Enkosi ndiyabulela nawe.
Eke siphinde sifumane umuntu ongusisi osondelayo apha. Unjani namhlanje?
Ndiyaphila sana.
Eke oyena nto ufuna uyiva kumongameli namhlanje yintoni sisi?
Hayi ngicela ukuzintroduce.
Yes, ungazazisa sure.
Igama lami ndinguPosha Sibiya. Ndiphuma ekuruleni eThembisa eWard 8. Yeah. Ndivolunteer la kwa-ANC. Ewe. Ndifuna umongameli asiphe imisebenzi. Asiphe nezindlu kaloku sihlala elokishini sihlala sibabaninzi endlini enye so maka ngasenzela lokho hayi singavuya kakhulu singumphakathi
kodwa ngumahluko phakathi kwakudala nangoku amathuba noko ayabonakala
kakhulu because eziningi izinto sezenzakele kule 25 years zenzakele izinto eziningi umehluko omkhulu ongathi akawuboni akafuni ukubona ongathi akawuboni akafuni ukubona kodwa umehluko wona ukhona sisebenza kanzima siphuma endlini ekseni sibuye endlini ebusuku ngoba sifuna lo khongolo se aphathe
aye phambili
yeah
siyabulela kakhulu ngexesha lakho sithemba into kubana kuzakwenzeka kanjalo
akuzawukwenzeka the way nisenza kakhulu kuzakwenzeka sana
siyovota ke singayibhuti nge8 kaMeyi
hayi sovota hayi nge8 kaMeyi sivukela khona
sikakhulu ke sisi. The excitement is so palpable here. Sondela Penny, nomuntu ozancokola kunye naye, jovial atmosphere. Wonke umuntu ufuna ubeka phambili into afuna ba ivakale phuthu njani?
Khona sisunjani?
Sikhona inkosi igama lakho ngubani?
Ngola King buye Mid Valley. Ngiselana then ngizobungaza ANC.
Yes.
You know when sasihlala ama farm then we used to share the water with cattle in the same pool and say ANC we are thanking you because there was no streets then la emaplazini besikhona there were no lights, there were no clinics, now there are clinics and there are mobile clinics then kunama library because of the ANC. I'm saying ANC grow. There's no way umuntu ozobheka emuva because this ANC has done wonders for us. Like me, I'm proudly saying that remember then we used to walk. Transport is because of this government. Then it's because of this government. The only government in England, umama akula HIV is NC. But even today, then it's NC is and awuna enye then so then NC regardless of song but then I'm happy. I'm one of the people to say that which is electricity because of the incident. Thank you very much.
Siyabulela into kubana yonwabe kakhulu iMidval enkosi ngexesha lakho futhi uzibize ezilandelelana zonke izinto eziye zathi kanti zenzeka ngenxa ye
I've got someone side as well.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, let's stand here. We're going to talk about Okay, it's fine. It's okay. We'll all fit. All right, introduce yourselves and tell me why you're here.
I'm Boniswa Madlanga from Siyanqoba Maritime.
Lusana Phoebe from the South African Maritime Business Forum.
Okay.
Veteran from the Oceans Economy.
Oceans Economy. Okay, so why are you guys here tonight? Tina City, hashtag Let's Grow South Africa Together, 19.
We're quite grateful in terms of the ANC bringing the Oceans Economy Operation Pakisa. In the Eastern Cape, there are no mines. We're looking at the coast being our mine resource. We're looking at also mobilizing the youth to be active into the ocean economy sector. We are governing with Mr. Gentleman, Mr. Gino Tavazo, who is the pioneer, and I've been running around South Africa, mobilizing the oceans economy to be a well-structured sector.
Wow. They say you're a Papa G. He's Papa G. We call him Papa G.
What I wanted to say, Penny, is to say thank you to the government of the ANC for giving us women these opportunities that previously we could not get. Like women in maritime, women in rail, we are there and we are saying hashtag Grow South Africa.
Okay. All right. We're saying hashtag Grow South Africa Together. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me that I can stand here this evening to say thank you to our ANC and thank you to late Tata Madiba that gave us an opportunity when he was released from Paulsmoor prison. We had the opportunity with Dr. Motlana and Dr. Motsanyani. I was one of the youngest black men, 50 black men to go to the US. And so now I'm putting back and mobilizing our communities regarding oceans economy, this Operation Pakisa, unpacking it to our communities and especially women and youth.
All right. right, Papaji, thank you so much, guys, for talking to us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I see you
I
first got
found
the
Mr. Mayor.
I can see you
You
come with important people. Hello, sir. How are you?
We've got connections.
Cool, I can see. I'll hold the mic.
How are you, Benny?
I'm good, and yourself?
Excellent.
All right,
sister.
we say hashtag Grow South Africa. What do you say?
Hashtag Grow South Africa. On the 8th of May, let's all come out in numbers and vote the African National Congress. No experience will replace our 25 years in government. We have a right president, we've got the right manifesto. All South Africans must go out and vote the African National Congress.
Mayor, bekukho umntu oza phambili apha esithi unibonani izinkokheli nixhasa the LGBTIQ plus community. Ibaluleke kangakanani into yokubana masibe kanti sikunye kwizinto zonke ezijongene nabantu baseMzantsi?
Well, it's very important to us because ANC is the only non-racial, non-sexist democratic party. So we see South Africans as South Africans. We don't class people on the basis of gender. So that is why we are very much committed in working with all the members of society, including the LGBTI groups. And we are happy that we have really been doing a lot of work with them to show that so that every South African can learn to respect their right to practice whatever beliefs they have as citizens. So we're happy. And we think that we're calling also on that community to come out in numbers to support the ANC-led government. And I'm certain that come the 8th of May, others will eat dust. The ANC is here.
The others will eat dust.
I love it. That's a quotable.
All right, that's a quotable. Thanks very much, Mayor, for talking to us, and enjoy yourself tonight. All right, great stuff. Actually, the others will eat dust. Oh, I am surrounded. Okay, I'll take both of you, no problem. So one on each side. Look this way, there's my camera. What's your name, sir?
I'm Dumiso Papas Chata.
Okay.
I'm
What sector are you in?
I'm representing the ANC bikers nationally. Yesterday, my bikers came out in numbers, 150 bikes were mobilizing from Innersfield throughout Johannesburg, Alexander, Sandton, and Soweto. I say to you, comrades, let's do it again. On the 5th, let's fill up the stadium with all our bikes and make sure that all our people come out in numbers and we fill up the stadium. We don't need patches, but we just want to see that stadium being yellow, black, green, and yellow. And come the 8th of May, first ballot box, ANC. The second ballot box, ANC.
All right, we got it. It's clear. All right, Sanmonan.
Sanmonan Sisikunjani.
Okay, your name?
My name is Gilem Teto, and I am from the South African Women in Construction and the Built Environment. I'm the national president, and I'm also the treasurer general of the Black Business Council in the Built Environment.
Okay, why are you here tonight?
We're here today just to wish well to the ANC and also to say to the President of South Africa, President, we are here as women. You can count on our support. We not only do we just build, we also build physically this country. We're going to help you. We want to work with you within the infrastructure development. And we would like to say to you, it's not just about brick and mortar anymore. Our space is quite broad. Now we're talking about manufacturing, talking about training and development, we're talking about infrastructure, talking about education and then training. Therefore, we are here, we want to support you, and we say hashtag Grow South Africa.
I know, with Swerimam. Okay, your name and sector you're from?
I'm Shati, and actually that is my president. I am the chairperson of the GP, South African Women in Construction. So I stand here for the youth, and I'm saying we want to see more opportunities for the youth, and we are appreciating the fact that we already have opportunities, and we're saying we want more opportunities in the built environment and the engineering sector.
So nina inile gang ya ma hashtag ne? City hashtag let's grow South Africa.
Hashtag
Right, thank you. Nayo ke ngezizo.
Nanku bhuti osiceleleyo yena uthi nami ndifuna uba nento endizayigalela apha namhlanje. Ndizazise tata.
My name is Chirizim Nyai. I'm the chairperson. I'm the member of the Provincial Executive Committee of the African National Congress in Gauteng. I head research and I'm a member of the Political Educations, Economic Transformation and International Relations.
Uvakala ngathi umkhulu umsebenzi wakho. Kodwa ke sifuna uba into kubana njengoba umongameli ezabe ethetha nathi namhlanje ulindele uva ntoni kuye engamandla.
We are very clear that the president is going to appeal to all the participants that they must go out in numbers and go and vote for the African National Congress. For the past 25 years, the ANC has built many houses. Going forward, we are concerned about building quality of houses. The ANC has built more police stations, more clinics. Going forward, we are concerned about building quality of healthcare. So therefore, all citizens of South Africa and Gauteng in particular they must go out in number and vote for the African National Congress because the ANC will advance both political power, social power, and economic power. Amandla vote for ANC. all of them.
Njalo ndicela ubhekise kumuntu omtsha ke ngoku ohleliyo omameleyo namhlanje emamele amava abantu abadala ungathini kuye.
Young people, the African National Congress is their future. It will hold their it is the only party, no any other party in the Republic of South Africa that have the capacity to change the quality of young people for the better, to give skill revolution, digital transformation, coding, and artificial intelligence.
Wow. Like that. No one has mentioned the fourth IR.
We'll have that.
Wow.
Siyabulela kakhulu.
Okay, he really hit it on the nail. Thank you so much, sir. Let's talk to the young people. Stand here as we're about to wrap up. They're going to kick us off the green carpet. What is your name and what sector are you from?
I'm an exporter by profession. I'm a child advocate. Kids call me Miss Robot. I speak for the voiceless. I speak for the kids. I speak for the disabled. And I'm here to make sure, as much as he wants to be radical and robust, I'm robotical about everything.
You're robotical?
I'm robotical about it.
Fourth Industrial Revolution.
I'm speaking the future because the ANC needs to capture the kids. They need to because as much as we want the youth that is complaining about unemployment, there are very little entrepreneurial activities that the youth are taking over.
So you're saying they must also target the kids?
They're the future.
They're the future.
We need to hold them by grassroots. ANC is for life.
Okay, all right. So tonight we say hashtag Grow South Africa. What do you say?
I say star tag. We're trending. We're not hashtagging. We start tagging. So we say star tag robotical ANC.
Okay, there's nothing else I can say after that. Thank you so much, Dad.
Uthi lo sisijonga singekagqibi kukho umyalezo endifuna udlulisa yima apha
Uthini?
ewe makaqala sazise igama lakho ngubani sisi?
Igama uSindi Mqhutheni.
Okay, usiphathele ntoni namhlanje Cindy?
Okay, so my plea is one. Sure. I think South Africa and the ANC particularly has gotten to a point where umzabala needs to go to the next level, move to the next level. Ukuzabalaza, we need to zabalaza ngencwadi. Ukuzabalaza, we need to zabalaza with looking for opportunities. So I'm actually talking to the youth of the ANC to say it is time to move it a step up, to move it a notch up. Let us get educated. Let us use the opportunities that the ANC has preserved for us, that it has presented to us. Because only at that point, if we step it up a notch, not walking esradeni sizabalaza asizabalazeni ngencwadi.
It's not good enough for it just to be a heritage. Funeka sithathe nezenzo ezibonakalisa.
Absolutely. We need to use the weapon, and the weapon is the book. So let's get educated, Bosisi and Abobudi, because that is the only way we can actually change and grow South Africa together.
Okay, so I've got the African diaspora. Thanks very much for talking to us. Hello, sir. What is your name?
My name is Hilaire. We represent the French-speaking diaspora in South Africa. I'm already a South African citizen. I'm an ANC member in good standing. I'm a volunteer and party agent in Ward 73, Zone 16.
So why are you here tonight?
I'm here to pledge our support to the ANC, and we believe in intra-Africa trade, tourism and investment. Also, our suggestion is that the ANC must start to use French communication language when they are doing their campaign. Because we see other language like Portuguese, Spanish, but we don't see French. It's why we want the ANC now to start to using also French language.
Okay, so how do we say hashtag Grow South Africa in French?
Hashtag bonjour d'abord. Et nous demandons à l'Afrique du Sud de parler français. Et nous demandons que nous devons grandir l'Afrique du Sud ensemble. Ensemble, nous devons promouvoir le tourisme, le commerce et les investissements entre l'Afrique du Sud et les pays francophones.
Okay, Siyanqoba, right there. Thank you so much for talking to us there. Okay, where's Zizo now? She's left me. Okay, let's continue. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Richard Makubela.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so as you see me here, you are seeing the ANC. Yeah, so as you see the ANC, you are seeing the winner.
We're seeing the winner?
Yes.
Okay, you are a winner, ne?
Yes, I'm
okay.
a
So
winner.
we're celebrating 25 years of democracy. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, actually, as an ANC, we've done a lot. We've changed rural areas into suburbs, something that it was not happening in a previous government of the past, you see. Yes. Yeah.
All right, Bridget Ndiabulela. All right, Zizo, it looks like me. I'm told we're done.
Tata. One quick point that you have to mention around your industry.
Good evening, South Africa. We'd like to say to the President that the National Taxi Alliance is willing to help the African National Congress to work on the public transport and make sure that it gets transformed. And finally, we'd like to also put to the Minister of Transport, who is a deployee of the African National Congress, that he should stop nepotistic favoritism and treat all public transport players equally. This is a free and democratic South Africa. Hashtag we building South Africa.
Okay, we're done. We have to. So you're my last one. What's your name?
My name is Achi Maubane. I come from Eguruleni.
Yes.
I'm the secretary of Eguruleni Business Council. It was initiated by the mayor that represents the majority of chambers and forums in Eguruleni. So I came here to represent business and to pledge and to say to the president, we as the business people in Eguruleni, we promise that we'll deliver the 2/3 majority for the ANC.
That's a big one.
We don't want to elect people Batlongandi captain, as Malema is saying. We want our leadership to be seen as leadership, as they behave like leadership. The cars that they drive in, the lifestyle by Pelang, there's nothing wrong. We don't want them to drive cheap cars and Bakaredi captain.
That's it, we leave it at that.
We are going to have to close that up. Look,
let's do the
Asibahle
colourful-
apha,
oh,
all
with
the
culture.
Jonga. Kumnandi guys kwi-ANC icacile nje yonke loo nto.
Look at the colours.
Mamela ezilalini bethunana emagqagaleni yazini uba i-ANC iyasebenza nam ndisuka khona asizalwanga egoli sivotele le ANC ukuze sibe kwezi ndawo sikuzo ziyeza nakuni impucuko bethuna kancinci Rome has never been built on one day. Vote ANC on the 8th of May. Amanda!
I'm a Maloma sports fan. We are here.
Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you could kindly please take your seats. Please be aware, if you currently do not have a seat, there are seats on your left-hand side. So the left-hand side of the room has seats available. If we could kindly ask that all who are still on the green carpet, if they can make their way in, as we would like to start the program shortly. Thank you for your patience.
So Ramaphosa to lead us, we can. Viva ANC. Futhi.
So chief tasifike ebondeni.
Sorry, thank you. Can you help me get up there? Yes, please. Just about to. And then after. And then I need a favor. Yeah. Wow, just done. Yeah. Yes, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we may please rise to our feet this evening as we welcome the President of the Republic of South Africa and also get ready for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for the national anthem.
Africa, maluphangiso onolwayo, izwa imithandazo yethu, Nkosi, sikelela thina lusapho lwayo. Sitshaba sa Yesu, ufelise dintwali maswenye. Usibuluke, sitshaba sa Yesu, sitshaba sa South Africa. Sounds the call to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa. Our land.
Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Soweto Gospel Choir.
You may all kindly take your seats. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The room sounds a bit quiet. There's a lot of us, over 3,000 of us here tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me test them out, Minnie. Amandla! It's still a bit weak. Amandla! Thank you so much for honoring our invitation and joining us here tonight. Would like to take this opportunity to give a warm welcome to the President of the Republic of South Africa, Ntate Cyril Ramaphosa. Ke kopa Roma pele matsoho ha fitlile bosumba kajeno. Honored to have a few days to go. Siyanqoba. Yes, just a few days to go. So welcome to the Siyanqoba evening with President Cyril Ramaphosa. We'd also like to extend a warm welcome to all our ANC officials. Leteng busumba kajeno baheso. Leteng. Ekare ya fokola leteng busumba kajeno. We really do appreciate your presence here as the ANC officials from all different regions and spaces and levels. Thank you for honoring us tonight. And of course, in our midst as well, we have the former president, Ntate Kgalema Motlanthe, with us as well. Can we give him a round of applause and acknowledge him here tonight as well? And last but not least, our ambassadors who are representing different nations joining us today. We really recognize you and thank you for joining us. And the stars of tonight, it's you. There's silence. Thank you. Thank you at the back. Thank you, the stars of tonight. Thank you for being here and making it extra special. It's going to be an incredible night.
It is definitely going to be an incredible night. That is Rory Sang. My name is Minenhle Dlamini Jones, and we're so honored to be with you. Tonight, we celebrate the legacy of the African National Congress. Can I hear that? 25 years of democracy.
25 years.
It seems like a lifetime ago. I was born in 1990, so my whole life, it feels like it was a really, really long time ago. But the reality is that it isn't. We are a young nation. We are a developing nation. There is still so much to do to correct the wrongs of the past. It is important for us to highlight the incredible strides that the African National Congress takes to continue to build this beautiful nation that we live in. But we are not done. We need to grow South Africa together. Yes! And with the people's President Cyril Ramaphosa, we can. Viva ANC, viva! Viva ANC, viva!
Viva! And indeed, like I said a little bit earlier on, in the next couple of days, we take an incredible step, and that is to our national elections. And tonight we'll answer a very important question. Why vote? But hopefully by the time we leave tonight, we can answer an even more important question. Specifically, why vote for the ANC? Tonight we tell narratives of people young and old from different backgrounds who have celebrated this democracy, but more importantly, benefited from this democracy. That on its own deserves a round of applause. applause, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why we say that tonight is because oftentimes the way it's depicted in the media sometimes and put out there, most people say nothing's happened in the past 25 years. But tonight as the ANC, we beg to differ. We say there are real stories, real people, no hype, but just the truth of the impact of the past 25 years. And tonight we're going to be sharing that with you. And I hope you are as excited as we are about these narratives tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is about you. And to give us the official welcome from the African National Congress and to tell you a little bit more about tonight's program, please welcome the head of elections, the Razzmatazz, Comrade Fikile Mbalula.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you guys heard who we're calling the Razzmatazz.
Amandla, grow South Africa, together, grow South Africa, together. Now is the time. Vote ANC. Now is the time. Vote ANC. Ngena Ramaphosa, ngena. Ngena Matamela, ngena. Hola Matamela, hola. Hola Matamela, hola. Pata ANC, pata. Pata ANC, pata. Thank you very much, Minnie Dlamini and Rory Sang, and to all of you and our President, our Deputy Secretary General, our stalwarts, leaders, veterans, and all of you, important people of the African National Congress, important people of South Africa, young and old, black and white, colored and purple, gathered here tonight. Tonight we are making a statement. We have crisscrossed the country. Now we are saying Siyanqoba. And we are here not only to testify, but to tell the story of our democracy and to keep freedom alive. Mr. President, here we've got South Africans who say we believe in the National Congress. Yes, not all was good in the past 25 years, but the bad is outweighed by the good. The African National Congress have delivered, and the ANC is going to win this election. We say so because we have gone to our people, door to door. We have spoken to them in their villages. We are still speaking to them. When we do door to door, they told us what they want, what are their stories, and what do they expect from their movement, the African National Congress. When they ask for that T-shirt, and when they ask for ANC to intervene in their lives, they say there's only one and only one organization that can change our lives for the better, is the African National Congress. To the African National Congress. Mr. President, without any waste of time, to all of you, khululekani ngesixhosa. Liyamuethu mo Sandton Convention Center. Liyamueleyile. Kuthiwa ngesixhosa izinja zikhonkotha ehambayo emileyo ziyayichamela. So if people don't talk about you, it means you are not doing anything. But we approach this election as an incumbent. So it is easy for other people to promise people things because they know that on the 9th they will not be accountable. But today they can tell you that each one of you in this room will give you 1 million each, because they know they will never be there to fulfill what they say they can do. But the African National Congress is a responsible party. We know that we must govern after the 8th. And we know what to say, and our president have articulated that very well. We didn't care about irritation there and there. When people are barking at us and so on, we didn't care. We stay on the message. because we needed to win the trust of the people. Not even once in this election did we talk about other people. And our biggest worry in this campaign, we have given South Africa 66 pages of commitment of our manifesto. But they've never taken us on in a debate about the economic plans we've got for this country. None of the people have taken us on. What plans do you have, ANC, to transform the country and make it a better place, growing the economy, creating jobs? How are you going to do that? Because they don't have anything to do. So they try to attack us, but we've got a bulletproof called Matamela. So they can't take us on. So ladies and gentlemen, we live in the times and in the cusp of hope and renewal. And I welcome you all. Amandla ngawetu. Let's grow South Africa together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Comrade Fikile Mbalula, head of elections. And one of the things that he said there, Rory, that touched me is that in the ANC we believe, and in President Cyril Ramaphosa we believe.
You know what I loved? Not once did we speak about everybody else.
I love that.
When your eye is on the prize, you don't have time to be mimicking or talking about anybody because
That's
you
correct.
understand what your mission is, and that's exactly what we're celebrating here tonight. So once again, thank you for joining us. A couple of house rules that we have?
Yes, before we get to the house rules, we'd like to acknowledge and say thank you for your presence to the Mandela family who are with us this evening. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. May Utata's legacy continue to live on for many years as the ANC rules further. So it's just some house rules. Please make sure that you are familiar with the exits. This is a non-smoking area, ladies and gentlemen. We'd also like you to please make sure that your cell phones are on silent. But speaking of cell phones, we would love to tweet. We are live on social media platforms right now, so we would love for you to get involved. If there's a moment that sticks out to you, if there's a speech that really touches your heart, we would love for you to tweet, to mention it in your stories. And the hashtags for this evening are hashtag Grow South Africa, hashtag ANC Siyanqoba, and the last hashtag is hashtag Vote ANC.
Definitely. Please make sure that you are spreading those hashtags. Can we trend for the right reasons tonight?
I agree.
Yeah, I think we can trend for the right reasons. So, Minnie, there's a lie that's trending.
Tell me about it.
This lie that young black South Africans are not interested in voting.
That's a lie.
Is it a lie?
Is that a lie? That's a lie.
That's a lie, right? This lie says that young people are not involved in politics.
That's a lie.
This lie says young black females are excluded, yet you and I are standing here, and a sterling job. Can we give Zizo and Penny outside for incredibly holding the red carpet?
Yes.
So tonight is about breaking misconceptions that are there. It's about black excellence, it's about democracy, and it's about celebrating it correctly. And we want to do this in a beautiful way. So for those who say young people are not involved, we stand corrected tonight. Yes. We have incredible young people who are going to come on stage. I'm speaking about Langa Mavusa, who is an incredible singer, songwriter. He is joined by a young contemporary dancer, Neo Mloyi, who's going to be doing a piece while he sings. And last but not least, they're joined by the Soweto Gospel Choir, a beautiful collaboration that's going to be taking place. And you all get to witness it here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, without any waste of time, can we welcome them on stage with a round of applause?
Turn around. Tina Sizwe, Tina Sizwe, Sikalela, Sikalela, Izwe, Ele, Baba Yeke, Baba Yeke, Baba Yeke, Baba Oh, Tina Sizwe, Tina Sizwe, Tina Sikale, Sikale, Isolate. Ela tatwa, Baba, Baba Yeke, Baba Yeke, Baba Yeke, Baba Yeke, Baba
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we can do better than that. That was a beautiful, beautiful rendition of Tina Sizwe.
Absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget that all-important hashtag Grow South Africa, hashtag ANC Siyanqoba, and of course, hashtag Vote ANC. Now tonight we're doing things differently, ladies and gentlemen. This event is first of its kind. Tonight, we are going to hear from the real people who live in South Africa. Tonight, we hear about the people and their stories. We hear about their testimonies, about how the ANC has shaped their lives in their respective careers. We've got the youngest farmer in South Africa to a scientist making strides in the medical world, all the way to some of your biggest sporting fanatics right here tonight. So this is about you. Every speaker tonight represents a little part of you or a huge part of you. Tonight is about celebrating the legacy of the ANC, but also about us understanding the importance that they've had in our country, in our lives, and how they will continue to move this forward.
And I want to encourage us all that as we have these different speakers come on stage, some you'll recognize, some you've never heard of before. Our challenge to you tonight is, as you hashtag and you spread the word, please go Google them. Please share their stories. Let it not end here. Let's share the good stories of our democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, without any waste of time, it's time for us to hear from these beautiful people we've been telling you about. Without any waste of time, we now welcome our first speaker tonight.
Thabo Ditagwe is one of the youngest black South African farmers based in the Northwest Province. He is a beneficiary of the Land Redistribution Program and currently owns 800 cattle and sheep.
Come on, gentlemen, we heard that. We can do better than that tonight. 19 years old, 19 years old.
After climbing one great hill, one finds that there are many more hills to climb. Good evening, Honorable President Ramaphosa, Deputy President, Ministers, Premiers, MECs, and to the House at large. My name is Thabo Nasi Herman Ditagwe. I'm the youngest farmer in South Africa, aged 19.
Come on now, sir. Come on now, sir. Hey!
I am the owner and director of Nasi Dita Farming, Wildlife, and Projects, based in Vryburg town, in the Northwest. Nasi Dita was founded in 2014 when I was only 14 years old, after my father donated me a pregnant heifer. And that's how it all started. Nasi Dita runs ahead of Bonsmara, Crossed, and Boer goats and other sheep. We sell winners at 6 to 8 months of age to local auction and also sell Boer goats, breeding females, and rams to farmers. Farming is an industry that feeds the nation. Farming comes with many challenges, such as the issue of land. During the year 2014, we had lost over 59 cattle due to the drought on communal lands. We were fortunate enough to fall among the beneficiaries of farms in Morokweng under the Barolombo Maikesto CPA. I am who I am because of the redistribution and recapitalization program that the president and the ANC has introduced since it came into power, and that I thank the ANC. It's a glimmer of hope for the future with the ANC in power. President Ramaphosa, who is also a farmer and who also an anti-activist, has fought for our country and for the rights of our people. I was not there during the tough times, but I am forever grateful, Mr. President. President Ramaphosa is a farmer, and I highly look up to you, President. I ask you that you mentor me. President Ramaphosa understands that we as black, colored, Indian farmers face. And that being said, Honorable President, I can confirm with you that my most supportive and selfless MEC, Comrade Desbo Mohono of the Northwest Department of Rural Environment and Agricultural Development, has committed the department she's leading to develop and support me in expanding me until I reach commercial status. I also ask that you task the rural development and let that one day I may own a farm and become a sustainable farmer at my very tender age. We can do business outside the country because of the ANC. President Ramaphosa brought that hope to our people. He went outside the country to attract investors, to partner with them in order to grow South African economy. He has implemented free education in our country. It's not going to be easy, but I believe that he will change the lives of the youth and open doors for us. The leadership of Mr. Ramaphosa will bring everyone together to fight poverty. I say we should carry our president on our shoulders, that he may see further for us. He is our light, he is our hope. I, Nasi Thabo Herman, declare that on the 8th of May, I will vote for the African National Congress into power and also urge everyone across the globe to do the same. We are not only doing it for ourselves, but we're doing it for the country as a whole. Look no further. Vote for ANC. I endorse President Cyril Ramaphosa as president. Let's grow South Africa together. I thank you.
Amandla! Come on now.
Dr. Khumalo, also known as 16 Valve. He is a retired South African football legend. For many years, he stunned the South African football audience with his mind-blowing dribbling skills. He is here today to say, Shaba ANC, Shaba.
Shaba.
Sanibonani. Enke ngabuza uMbax ngathi Mbax, why ANC wonke favor Pirates?
Up the box. Up the box.
So kere Mbax. So ore madam Dogisi ukilo or sotla wait. Eish. Phela mathama appear parliament alidlala le Pirates. Kere bathanan, I don't know taba kreya go parada. I don't know. But I'm not here for that, Mr. President. Nyabona nje sokune panic ni. But I know very well that we've been tasked for 3 minutes, but I don't know where politicians understand football language. There's what we call reverse optional time. So there's so much that I can say about ANC. But firstly, Honorable President, members of the ANC, dignitaries, protocol observed. I can see my chairman, the icon APSL, Bra Ivan. And Bra Ivan, let me rephrase that. It's Dr. Ivan Khoza. You know, I've done this before, while the late was still alive. And some of the youngsters that are ministers today used to park my car. The first gala dinner that was held at Carlton Center, I spoke to the late Madiba, and I'm still going to give you the same tip. ANC, do not worry about your opponents. Let your opponents worry about you. You worry about your opponents, you lose the focus. The only thing that you need to know is that next Wednesday on the 8th is the D-Day. It's the Derby Day. And believe it or not, I know, because I've been there, that we are going back. Siyayithatha le nto futhi. I would have loved to stay, but I've got another engagement. Nami phela, I'm a politician by my own rights. To the ANC, I just want to say on behalf of the boys, the ex-players, we wouldn't be who we are, we wouldn't have lifted the Africa Cup of Nations or playing the World Cup had you guys not fought the regime, the freedom that you gave us. I say today, I'm being celebrated in Africa, I'm being celebrated in the whole world because you unlock the door for us to be able to test our strengths against the other nations. And believe it or not, through about Dr. Ivan Khoza, Kaiser Mtaung, the late Steve Mrewa, and the Namatama ANC, thank you very much. We are representing South Africa in June for AFCOS of the ANC. There's one story I want to share with you guys. We once went to Nigeria to play against Nigeria, and we were told, "Silete amadeni yakudala." You know, in Patla Zakdala, ungathatha bo Gucci, what, because they steal. So when we got to the airport, we go through or pass to the immigrations. Now we're waiting for our bags. There was this guy, a Nigerian, this guy in Nigeria, no reshebile di beke ba fu to reshebile re ska wara matita teng le ka montle da re tshwere dikoni. How? So these guys that I'm talking about are our leaders today, because they ran and fought for freedom. I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity. Grow South Africa, but President will always cherish the moment and will always support you. Viva ANC. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khumalo.
Mluleki Zazini, the director of National Association of People Living with HIV and AIDS. He is fighting HIV and AIDS in South Africa and is giving hope to many South Africans. His most famous quote is, "Here I am," and indeed, here he is.
Amandla, Program Director, allow me to greet the President, Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, and to say all protocol observed. My name is Mluleki Zazini. I'm the Director of the National Association of People Living with HIV and AIDS. I'm also the board member of SANAC. I'm also the chairperson of People Living with HIV and AIDS in the country. As we endorse the African National Congress and Comrade Matamela to be the next president in the next 5 years, we want President and the leadership of the ANC to note that within the country, the black-led organizations are closing doors. The response is led by black-led organizations. But when it comes to financial resources, it goes to white people. We need transformation. Some of us, as people living with HIV, were taking ARVs. We are also taking chronic medications. We are asking other political parties to join the African National Congress to make it sure that within the country we have state-owned pharmaceutical companies where we will have affordable treatment, a quality treatment. Within the country, we have a problem, a major problem of stigma. A major problem of stigma, and I'm happy that the President, every time you talk, you always encourage people to know their status. You always encourage people to respect people living with HIV and key population. As NAPWA, we are calling other political parties to join ANC. When the ANC is making a call to decriminalize sex work, we also want other political parties to join ANC around it. Mr. President, INAPWA this year is also celebrating 5 years. We were established in 1994. We have seen in the past 12 years the ANC government introducing good policies in HIV. The presidency leading the HIV/AIDS program through South African National AIDS Council. We have seen the ANC government introducing AIDS plans on every 5-year term. We have seen people living with HIV having good life expectancy. We are no longer burying people living with HIV on a daily basis as we used to be. We have seen babies born H negative. City hashtag Grow South Africa. We are also calling people living with HIV and the millions of people living with HIV in the country to go on the 8th of May to vote for ANC. I also said that I will vote for ANC come 8th of May. Amandla.
Away to.
We encourage our speakers to please keep to the 3 minutes. We don't have all day. All night, all day.
Steve Litsike is a devoted gender and LGBTIQ activist, which made her the ideal co-chairperson at South African National AIDS Council Trust since its inception in 2012.
Good evening, comrades. Good evening, President. As said, we have an obligation, and we are reminded every time we speak about the ANC and the work that the ANC have led in the past, is to ensure that no one in South Africa will be discriminated on the basis of sex, gender, and sexual orientation, amongst other all grounds. And we are actually reminding President that it is important that we ensure the protection, the promotion, and fulfillment of these rights are upheld by the ANC. It is very crucial that we root out homophobia, we root out transphobia. And we know today, even yesterday, there was a court case of Caster Semenya, who we need to stand up for. ANC must stand up for, South Africa must stand up for. And we are also saying the policies that the ANC government has ensured, the policies that ensures access, that ensures freedoms, that ensures equality must be upheld from service to homes, to communities, even the workspaces. President, I want to remind you, LGBTI persons are over 20% of South African population and world population. And they also have over 200 billion buying power, which means the economy of South Africa will be strengthened by the LGBTI community as well. I want to also remind you that as we reflect in this work, we hope the leadership, as we have entrusted you in the past and we trust you going forward. I speak as a black lesbian woman, and I speak proudly so, that is important that LGBTI persons shall never be discriminated again in South Africa, shall never be discriminated in the region. Homophobic and homophobia, it's un-African. Homophobia is un-African, not homosexuality. Homophobia is un-African. And we want to say, as we commit to vote as lesbian, as gay, as bisexual, transgender, intersex, and queer people, we commit to grow South Africa together with you and with the ANC. And we say, Phambili ANC, phambili.
Saddam Make, arguably one of the country's first recognizable super football fans. He is here with us today to blow the ANC vuvuzela saying, Phakama Ramaphosa.
This is not how we welcome Saddam on stage. Come on.
Amanda!
Come on.
Amanda! Melanie Tobela Sanbonani. I want the supporters to make a song that they are here today. Supporters, made your song to tell them, to show them that you are a full 120% ANC. Supporters, you are there. Supporters,
when you call zizojika izinto
wena ukhalela wena ukhalela lamtana wena ukhalela sizojika izinto
tulamtana
wena ukhalela wena ukhalela bopha
wena ukhalela
time up bereka kanako time up yeah time up Mr. President Ramatamela Ramaphosa, our president, don't ever panic. Everybody will come back home. Don't ever panic. We don't need a fake smile. When we are here tonight, we are more than 3,000. So I got 20 supporters that I was told by Razmata Saddam bring the supporters. The ANC only. I have to select them. It was very, very tough to do that because I know what is on the left, what is on the right. I was trying to balance the equation. Yes. Now, supporters, they belong to ANC. Was before, when he was late, Nelson Mandela. I will never change my mind. I will vote. Today's 25 years. I'm still ANC. No one will come to me with the funny story or bribe and talk about that. They take a chance. I don't want to say I'm creating from Tabombegi, from Zuma, from I always have a helmet with the president. This is Ramaphosa on my head. Rena Mr. Ramaphosa, we survive because of him. We supporters, I've got 20 supporters. Don't worry about 20 supporters. Razmata 20 supporters, each is going to bring about 500,000, meaning you must take 500,000 times 20 for voting. When you go to voting station, it's a ballot. Don't take your eyes, duck and dive and do that thing. Go straight where you see Ramaphosa and ANC. Put your finger there and cross. We need X. We need X. Let's cross us up together. Let's not take something from somebody from nowhere. Everybody, when they talk, they don't talk about them. They talk about the ANC. Because they're scared of ANC. They are busy after ANC. Why they don't do their own? We as supporters, we are watching them. I will take them. I challenge them that I will bring my supporters back to ANC. Dagur Blue. Viva ANC, viva!
Viva!
Ramaphosa rodi ba ngamandla ba farisha ngora sa bukuma re do ba supporta re one re a diba re rena re do ba mamuda. Viva ANC, viva! Na ile ok.
Saddam, ladies and gentlemen!
Hey! Hey! All right, I'm going to ask everybody to stand quickly. 2 seconds, stand. Take your hand in the air. Your hand in the air. And we're going to do it just like he said. What are you going to do when you get there on the 8th? Take your finger and... Do what? That's what's up. Can we give it up for Dr. Saddam one more time, ladies and gentlemen?
After the first batch of speakers is anything to go by. I cannot wait for you to see what else we have in store tonight. Funny, interesting fact, actually. Dr. Khumalo was one of the first ambassadors as a personality in this country for the African National Congress. So back in 1994, he was one of the very first ambassadors of the African National Congress. We also had a young farmer, over 800 cattle that he has on his farm. He is well on his way to being a superstar, and maybe with that mentorship by the president, could be one of the best agricultural farmers in the world. It is possible because of the ANC.
Definitely. Can we give our speakers a round of applause? Absolutely amazing. All of them touching on key issues from agriculture to some of the things that we're facing within our society. We really do appreciate all of them coming to share with us. Right now, though, we'd like to turn your attention to our screens for our ad. A big reminder: if somebody's not here in the room and you think they're missing out, please tell them to go. Wait for it on the ANC app mobile. It's very simple. All you can do, there's a live streaming right now. They can also be a part of it. It's a brand new app that we launched just last week, doing absolutely phenomenal. The numbers are growing, and we also want you to be a part of it. For now, though, let's turn our eyes to the screen.
The ANC has a very good plan, and a plan that I would call a robust plan, where we want South Africa to be, but the actual plan talks to how we address the challenges that our country faces. It talks to jobs. It talks to how we can grow our economy. NSFAS has been expanded. We are going to be funding more and more of our young people. It also talks to how we rid our country of corruption. South Africans deserve the best of any service that we can give. On the 8th of May, let's all go and vote ANC so that we can grow South Africa together.
Those are the key words, so that we can grow South Africa together. Is there anybody in the room who's ready to jump on that wagon? Yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, we all need to do it. Something that the ANC has been very specific about from the very beginning, which is nation building, ensuring that there is social cohesion, ensuring that everybody is taken care of, hence making a better life for all.
Speaking of a better life for all, what a beautiful country. Can we make some noise for this beautiful country that we live in? They always say America is the land of dreams. They're playing. This is the land of dreams. This is the country where no matter what you look like, it can be possible in this country. We're talking about success stories from the ages of 19. I stand here as a proud business owner of 2 companies, and I can only do that here in South Africa because the world is our oyster, and the ANC has made sure and has enforced that we have the opportunities to be able to take this country to a whole new level.
Indeed. And now, though, I think we're ready for more speakers, right? Yeah, we've met incredible people, and the list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, without any waste of time, these are our second half of speakers. Can we welcome them as they come on stage?
Evile Dukashe. He is a minister, a life coach, and a biblical Hebrew scholar. He captures young people with the message of practical spirituality to achieve a personal and complete rebirth. He's also a political commentator and author of the inspiring book titled The Millennial Proverbs.
Greetings to everybody. I want to talk to you today about faith. And it is important to me to talk to young people particularly about the need for us to exercise our faith at this juncture that we find ourselves in. I want to talk to you about the faith of the ANC, the faith which spans a millennium. The ANC's belief of democratic and equal society remains its strength, its competitive edge, even during these dark and sometimes morose times. If we look carefully to the successes of Nelson Mandela and other likes of people of cosmic popularity, it's their intrinsic belief in inclusive humanity that leans towards the messianic belief of an inclusive soul. This belief is transcendent amongst a variety of beliefs. There is a central truth to it, to which it abides to a fundamental belief of every human abstract belief, which is beyond and above every range of normal or physical human experience. Having said these things, to preserve the soul of the ANC and that of the South African society, may the comradeship, you who are here today, overcome factionalism and remain intact as a unitary party, a uniform entity to act as a mark and a paragon of an inclusive soul. There is no moral justification for aggression that may lead us into conflict, a causeless suffering, and mass agony amongst us and our people. And us now as young people, I'm speaking to you. We must own this period of reform. A man came and declared this as a new dawn. He declared light. The onus is on us to intensify that light, so that we're able to banish the features of darkness that continue to encircle us completely. We must guard against believing in some futile ideologies that sound fine, but will extinguish the spark of our dynamic, essential feature as a nation. As we enter into a more hopeful chapter of growing South Africa together, we must return to our common belief of a united and a prosperous South Africa as a collective. May it be speedily and may it happen in our days. And to every young person who is listening in these 9 provinces, I say, then you better start swimming, or you will sink like a stone, for the times are changing. The battle outside is raging. It will soon rattle your windows, for the times are changing. This is a line by Bob Dylan. And to you, Mr. President, now I bless you. I command you to God, and I command you to the word of his grace, which is able to build you up and give you an inheritance amongst the chosen ones and the sanctified. May God bless you. May God bless this movement, the ANC, and may he bless each one of these 9 provinces. I thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, my Father.
Amen. 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 Amen.
Senamile Masango has always believed that the sky is not the limit. She aims to be the first African woman in space. She has a foundation to empower South African women. Her latest achievement is a master's degree in nuclear physics, cum laude.
All right.
Yes. My name is Senamile Masango, a nuclear physicist, a scientist, founder and chairperson of Women in Science and Engineering in Africa. A platform that addresses the challenges and empower women in technology. It's a great honor to stand before you today and represent the science and technology sector that I am passionate about. I appreciate the President, who since coming into office has created various platforms, such as professional dialogues, where we were engaging with him to grow South Africa. This shows how simple and accessible our leader, the President, but he doesn't want to take pictures with me anymore. We pray that his ministers will create forums where they will interact with the masses to grow South Africa again. Based on the ANC policies, we are now having viable funding agencies such as NRF that has sponsored for the past 20 years, that has sponsored students for the past 20 years. Before 1994, access to funding for disadvantaged students had a great limitation, and that has been reversed by the ANC and the ANC government. As I'm talking to you now, NRF has increased the percentage of funding for women collaborators in research and funding for postgraduate students across institutions all over South Africa. However, an increase in studies is necessary to stem an increase in stipend is necessary to stem the tide of dropping out of our postgraduate students, so that South Africa will produce more scholars who are prepared for the fourth industrial revolution, which has been championed by the ANC-led government and including our president. In moving South Africa forward, Mr. President, South African problems can only be understood by South African. I repeat, South African problems can only be understood by South African. Therefore, I urge you, Mr. President, South Africa should be the one that should be put in place to tackle South African problem in science and technology taker. Don't all overlook us, especially us black professionals. Tomatina, Mr. President, in key position, so that we will grow our beloved country together. We want an independent South Africa. Black professionals are always put on the back foot just to account for the stereotypes that are directed at them. It must be corrected. The injustices of the past must be corrected. The task of building South Africa is our collective responsibility as a nation. Science and Technology Center boosts the socio-economic development through research and innovation. We must stop being consumers and be producers. I am standing on this platform to endorse the president of the ANC for not playing with the standards of growing South Africa again by working with various professionals in different fields and not neglecting women who make up the majority South African workforce and custodian of family. He has prioritized the education by investing more in basic education. He has drawn young people in employment and has prepared our country for digital era. And he has invested in development skill. President Ramaphosa will make an outstanding president. I am proud to stand here today with him. Let us support him by voting with him on the 8th of May in growing South Africa. Let's grow South Africa together. It's time for an independent South Africa. Matamela, Tomatina.
Professor Mary Metcalf, from teacher, principal, and lecturer to MEC, Director General of Education to now lead sector specialist at Development Bank of Southern Africa. Professor Mary Metcalf had fully dedicated her professional life to improve education for all South Africans.
I'm an education activist. I'm currently working across the country in 8,000 schools with the education departments in 3 provinces to find ways of improving relationships of support within schools and between districts and schools, and I'm learning a lot. I'm very happy to be here today to say I will be proudly voting for the ANC again. In education, many people have underestimated the huge challenge the ANC and government has faced over the last 25 years in building a new education system. I think the achievement of a single non-racial education department nationally and in all of the provinces is something that people haven't understood as a major achievement. And Minnie said, this is a young country. We are still building. And we know we are not there yet. So President Ramaphosa, I am very proud to endorse you. And I'm endorsing you because I'm confident that under your leadership, we will get there. We will get there, I think, because of 4, 5 key attributes. Number 1, you have shown unswerving commitment to the values of our movement, to the values of non-racialism, non-sexism, and social justice. That has characterized everything I've known from you for 30 years or more. We thank you for that. The second reason is you are a tried and tested leader. You have been a leader in the student movement. You have been a leader in the union movement. You have led our organization as SG. And in all of that leadership, it is leadership that connects with the people. And you have never stopped understanding service to our people. The third reason that I endorse you is because I know more than anybody you deeply understand our Constitution because you led the process of creating it. We thank you for that. The fourth reason I share with Razmataz. Nobody can debate you in policy. You led the process of creating our National Development Plan. You have a grasp of policy across all the sectors. We salute you for that. My last point, as this says note, my timer, is the main reason that I want to endorse you publicly and unashamedly is because you've acted decisively and swiftly to systematically put into place judicial processes to deal with corruption.
Mama Joy Chauke, best known for her colorful regalia and infectious persona. Also known for her outgoing outfits that embrace many cultural styles. With her larger-than-life character, she is here with us today to say, Hola Matamela.
My name is Mama Joy Chauke, and proudly prominent supporter of Orlando Pirates. Ni rhandza ku perisa vanhu hinkwavo lava va nga ta laha ku ta hi ta tlangela siku leri ra Siyanqoba. Mina loko mi ni vona ni te tani ni vuya Brazil yona ANC. MEC Wodumo, Manana Faith Mazibuko, Chovicho. Ningalwi na van'wani loko 7 va ka hina ni vula Chovicho, a ni vuli 7 ya 7 Delani. Ni rhandza ku lava ku khensa hi ku yimela tisapota hinkwato ta South Africa. Mina loko ni sungula ku rhandza bolo ni choose team leyikulu ni swi tiva ku ri siku rin'wana ni ta tikuma ni yimela. Mang choose Orlando Pirates bengiyazi ukuthi elinye ilanga ngizoma la nami. Ngithanda ukubonga iANC leadership ya ANC mativa ntsundzuka hi 2010 loko hi tava hi swikotile ku bida World Cup la ka hina a South Africa. Be yazi mangisakhula bakhuluma nge World Cup amabidi nginga understand lezo zinto ukuthi yini. Mara manje mina ngiyenze ihistory yakuba khona ku first World Cup e South Africa. Igame yokuqala ngithanda ukubonga ichairman ya Orlando Pirates yanginikeza ithikithi ukuthi ngiyobona iSouth Africa iyenza imanga ngoba abantu bebathi South Africa ngeke ikhone ukuthi iphathe iWorld Cup. Phatha ANC phatha.
Phatha.
Thina as ama supporter ame beneficial ya 2010. Makuphela i-2010 uminister by that time Razmataz Fikile Mbalula uyazi akhipha icheck yamasapota abiza 24 supporters
Angikhulumi ngamasapota ya ANC kuphela. Ngikhuluma namasapota yabanye abantu laba bangapha ku right bangapha na ku left. So ngithi kumasapota lawa uRazmathansi wasinikeza leyo beneficial ningakhohlwa vote ANC. Uyazi uRazmathansi makama athi abantu bami usho thina amasapota efootball usithanda kabi mara uyazi ukhohle into A1 ukuthatha icheckbook yamasapota ayinikeza umama umamkasa. Ngiyacela president ngiyacela ukhulume nomama uMbalula ayekele kuba stingy akathathe in-check yamasapota ayinikeze Minister Thokozile Xasa. Ngikhumbula mangiyo representa iSouth Africa eBrazil. Ngikhuluma ngeRio de Janeiro bani. Ngikhuluma ngokugibela i-aeroplane. Ubani becabanga uMama Joy angagibela i-aeroplane for 12 hours emoyeni. Ngithi mangifika eBrazil ngifaka into zami zeSouth Africa bengabazwa ukuthi bathi ngizothe bathi Africa du Sul yazi ngihamba ngithi nayi ngihamba so bangithumile abantu becountry yami bathi hamba uyo represent i-country namanje banyana yiwinile i-World Cup siya ku-World Cup yabanyana eFrance. Ngithi mina ku-president #thuma mina. President anihembi rumani mina nitavuya na yona cup mara mingarivali hisona loko mi vitana coach ya banyana mi vitana na player ya banyana mi vitana na supporta ntata sena kombela ka president yaleyo World Cup rumani mina ni famba na squad xa banyana nitavuya na yona World Cup. Viva ANC!
Viva! Ladies and gentlemen, can we give her a round of applause? Give my chauke. Speakers, please just be reminded we only have 3 minutes allocated to you. But because it's Machauke, we can allow it. Can we give her another round of applause, please?
Professor Mashudu Chifularo. He led the team of South African doctors who have pioneered the world of medicine when they became the first ever to successfully transplant a middle ear.
Ndimadekwana. 25 years ago, I was in UK and I was working there. When we started to get our freedom, I felt in my spirit that I need to go home and develop our country. And ever since then, I decided to stay and teach our students because education is very, very critical for us to continue to develop and go forward. If I have to speak about the age of our freedom, I see my bosses are here. I was going to say maybe it's a medical student who have just finished and is doing community health. So our freedom is still very young. And once you are an ANC, you remain an ANC. So I feel very honored today to come and endorse my president, Matamela, S. Mashudu, Chifularo. And I said, we will stand and support you and champion the fourth industrial revolution. When we did our training with my minister in the University of Natal, it was very, very, very tough. And when I finished, I said, I'm not going to go back to medical school again. But as soon as I started working in Venda, I realized that there's a lot of things that we need to change. There's a lot of things that has not changed. And one of those was that let's be leaders who aspire and encourage our students. So when I came back to specialize as a youngest professor, a black professor in ENT 20 years ago, the idea was to train more black ENT specialists, which is what I've done for the past years. It was very, very difficult to become a doctor. Because of our ANC and what they have done, today I work at the University of Pretoria. And one of the universities where there was no way I could become a professor, there was no way I could work in one of the best hospitals, Steve Biko Academic Hospital, which is where this pioneering operation of the 3D, Fourth Industrial Revolution, was done. And I'm not alone. I came with a group of the team of the doctors. I don't know where you are. You can raise your hands, the team, because the idea was we want to put South Africa up there. And my president, you haven't seen anything. This is just the beginning. We feel we have lifted up the bar. Innovation, innovation or perish. We are going to support you and we are here to endorse you. And we feel very proud to be associated with the ANC and you as a president. No.
Thank you so much, Prof. Another interesting fact, I think I'm the one with facts here tonight. Mama Joy came up, and you know her as South Africa's favorite supporter, but she is also a proud business owner owning her own security company. Give her a round of applause.
Yeah. We've come to a very special moment in the night.
Yes, we have.
And we'd like to call Comrade Fikile Mbalula to come and join us back on stage. And we're going to be handing over what we call the Book of Hope. And it's going to be a special moment if he can please come and join us on stage and invite some officials as well as the president to receive these books. All the officials, the DSG and the president, if you could kindly join us on stage currently. Can we give them a round of applause as they come? This is the Book of Hope, very similar to what we had at the Rand show a few days ago, which we called then the Dear ANC book. Now, this gave over 10,000 community members who were there at the Rand show an opportunity to go in and write their messages to the ANC. For it tonight represents the fact that not everybody can be up here on stage to endorse, but we've given this book as an opportunity for all of you to partake in saying why you are voting ANC and why you supporting this political party is important for you. And Minnie, you've got a few.
I do have a few messages to read. One of them starts off with the hashtag Viva ANC. Let's work together to reduce unemployment and create more opportunities in different sectors. Another message from Shireen Khan says, ANC is in my blood. Viva! We are the greatest and will always be. Don't worry about the opposition, let them worry about you. And another one again, hashtag Viva ANC. So, Mr. President, we are honored, and DG, we are honored to hand over these books to you with the messages from our South Africans in support of you. Let's give them a round of applause.
I think more than anything, what this also represents is that as the ANC, we want to hear what the people say. Oftentimes, political parties, where they get it wrong is their voice is always louder than the people's voice. And the big thing about us, and that separates us amongst many of others, is that we're always about the people, we're for the people, because we're building a better South Africa for all. And this is the representation of it. And we hope that as you read it, Mr. President, you're encouraged, and that Siyanqoba, Ngozi 8, how do I say it in Zulu?
Siyanqoba.
Ngozi 8. Zone of, okay, cool, there goes. Rawina ka di 8 tsa May hlemba heso. La bonang.
Yeah, much
Okolo
better.
di etse mo re a wina ka di 8. Di etsa mo re a wina ka di 8.
Yes.
Fela jalo re lebohile. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a few more speeches to get through. We are just ending the program in just a few moments, but of course we do have a few more speeches, and these speeches are going to be very interesting. A lot of representation in the creative and entertainment industry. I know you guys will get excited, so take it away.
Asnath Mahapa. Born in Limpopo, she's the first female black pilot. She is the founder of African College of Aviation Limited and a pilot for South African Airways. She's flown for the Red Cross and the World Food Programme in Central and West Africa.
Tobela. You know, it's unfair to come after Tate Saddam and Mama Joy. It's not right. They should have, put them there at the back. But anyway, my name is Asnath Mahapa. I'm a pilot by profession.
Woo! That sounded so good. You have to say it again. Please say it again.
Okay. I'm a pilot by profession. I currently fly for our national carrier, South African Airways. Phew, I'm a senior first officer. Or what they call co-pilot on the Airbus 340 and Airbus 330. I'm the first African woman in South Africa to acquire a commercial pilot license. I'm the first African woman in South Africa to acquire an airline transport pilot license. I could not have done any of these or achieved any of this if it wasn't for the policies of the ANC. And I stand here grateful for the opportunity. It wasn't an easy journey. It took me 10 years to get into SAA, but I am in SAA. Now, we have a few challenges. It is 25 years since our democracy, and African pilots still make only 10% in South African Airways. We have about 650 pilots, and Africans are 65. It takes 2 years to train a pilot. And of the 65, 59 are men. 6 are women. Out of the 650 pilots, white men make 461, and the females 54.
We have Africans who are trained by South African Airways, meaning this government, and they're sitting at home unemployed. Yeah. And I knew this challenge, and hence I opened the flight school. Sadly, I had to close it because of some of the gaps of non-payments. I could not continue. So my hope is that after the elections, Mr. President, that we can get the right people in the right positions, specifically the strategic positions. In that way, we are able to hold people responsible if they do not deliver. We cannot continue, as this government, having CEOs in departments for 10 years and they're not delivering and there is no repercussions. If we do not go back to the drawing board and start implementing ANC policies, we ourselves will be denying freedom to our fellow people. Soon people are going to think that they are being taken for a ride, and that will have terrible consequences for us. I like, and it's a quote, I love a lot of quotes, but by Abraham Lincoln. I have to read it because I don't want to misquote him. He said, "You can fool some of the people all the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all the time." We need to start changing the way we do things. But I'm here tonight to say that I'm endorsing you, President Cyril Ramaphosa. Let's grow South Africa together. Amandla.
Can we give a round of applause, please? What a moment in South Africa. What a moment in aviation. Black excellence at its very core. And these are the stories that we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. The stories that don't make it on front covers, that don't make it in newspapers, but today we're putting them on blast. Can we give her another round of applause as she takes her seat? Risa Amuhetsi, the crew, Risa Amuhetsi, the choir. If you can meet us backstage, you are needed. Risa Amuhetsi, if you guys can join us backstage. Now to our next speaker for tonight. Agumnandi.
Zingi Swalosi became the first women president of the Trade Union Federation COSATU in September 2018. Her vision is to rebuild the organization and its influence on improving the lives of South African workers in all areas. Her most famous quote is, "It's not about me. Watinta bafazi, watinti mbogodo. You strike a woman, you strike a rock."
Amandla!
Awethu.
Long live the Revolutionary Alliance, long live!
Long live.
Philangona phakade Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa philangona phakade. Thank you very much. As a federation representing 1.6 million workers in South Africa, the biggest federation in the African continent, we are reminding ourselves that it is easy to forget that the victories we have secured as COSATU and as the workers were not as a result of our own strength only, but we have secured these victories working with the ANC-led democratic government, a government that we are able to influence through debate and through protest action at the same time. We have concrete evidence that we can show that in South Africa, under the ANC government, things have improved for the better in favor of the working class. There is more which still needs to be done, and as COSATU, we are clear that many of our demands will be advanced and secured through the struggle. The 1994 breakthrough did not mark the end of our struggle, but marked the creation of the new conditions in our struggle, and that these struggles could be waged on various fronts
including through using access to levers of the state to advance the revolutionary agenda. As a federation, we are here to endorse President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa. We are here to endorse the African National Congress as the only political party that is biased towards the working class. We are saying as COSATU, on the 8th of May, we have a date. On the 8th of May, we shall ensure that the ANC shall rule again South Africa. Amandla, thank you very much.
Stavros Nicolaou. As the CEO of Africa's largest generic pharmaceutical manufacturer, his influence to supply affordable antiretrovirals was pivotal. He also serves as a chairman of HIP Alliance, which is constantly bridging the gap between the South African government and foreign communities in South Africa.
Comrades, Mr. President, good evening. President, if you thought there was only one alliance, the Tripartite Alliance, I'm here this evening to speak as the Hellenic, Italian, and Portuguese Alliance. We're not as big yet, but we're certainly aligned. May I also declare my interest up front? I'm a proud Orlando Pirates supporter. Comrades, the Hellenic, Italian, Portuguese communities are South African heritage communities whose forebearers arrived on our shores as immigrants decades and even possibly centuries ago. These are now communities that are fully fledged South Africans and an integral part of our country's diverse social tapestry. Many from our ranks, comrades, such as George Bezos, Luli Kalinikos, Arthur Mutambara, Costa Ghazi, and someone who's here with us this evening, Maria Ramos. Amongst many others from these communities, contributed significantly towards the architecture of our young fledgling democracy. Since the advent of this fledgling democracy, the HIP Alliance has continued to engage both constructively and regularly with the architects of this new democracy, namely the African National Congress. I need to emphasize this because we don't only hear from the movement at election time. These are structured, institutionalized engagements throughout the 5-year cycles. Constructive engagement, inclusivity, non-sexism, non-racism, and social cohesion are all critical elements in building a sustainable democracy that we can all, as South Africans, be proud of. These are all critical elements for the HIP Alliance. Today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the HIP Alliance endorses our President, President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa. We are saying we are ready for Ramaphosa. And as the political formation in our country that is best able and most capable of leading our country, we are particularly honored to be carrying out this endorsement of our President this evening. This endorsement, ladies and gentlemen, will allow us to back him in continuing his economic reform, his investment drive, and much needed job creation, particularly for our youth. I say particularly for our youth again. In closing, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, a strong mandate for you through a decisive victory at the ballot boxes next Wednesday is our country's best and most effective way of ensuring inclusivity, diversity, and that we continue building bridges amongst all of our people, amongst all South Africans. And most importantly, to once and for all condemning racism of all forms and shapes to where it belongs, the trash can of obscurity. The HIP Alliance has and continues to be comfortable with the broad-based church that is the African National Congress. The HIP Alliance endorses President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa as our country's best political option in next week's election. Let's give our president a strong mandate so we can collectively grow South Africa together. Comrades, forward ever, backward never, phambili.
Phambili. Phambili, sir.
Shimza, one of South Africa's shining stars, an incredibly talented young mixed DJ who has proven many times that the world is your oyster. His impressive success is another proof that where you're going should never be determined by where you come from.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ashley Kulufelo Rapala, also known as Shimza. I'm a DJ, I'm a philanthropist, I'm a promoter, and I'm a businessman, and all that is all because of the ANC. I'm from a township called Tembisa, where if you're not focused, you can just derail and just do funny things. But today, I host one of the biggest festivals in my hometown. And with that, this year we managed to donate about 3,000 school shoes to young children who don't have parents and can't afford school uniforms. I get a lot of support from my city, Ekurhuleni, in terms of the venue and all of that. And I know that if it was any other political party, it would be very difficult for me to achieve some of my visions, and they are helping me create what I feel can be one of the biggest things in South Africa. I'm speaking like this. I started my show in Tembisa, where I'm from, and I've moved it to Paris. I had my first one-man show in Paris last week. And it's those policies that the ANC have got to allow us to move whichever way we want. You know, if it was still in 19-something, would be ducking tear gases and stuff, you know. But now we're free, and we can do what we want and what we believe in, and we are very fortunate to have a government that's supporting us. And I'd like to urge each and every young person out there, there's a lot that the government is lending a hand to. You know, there are funds that we can get, and it's about knowledge and trying to understand what the government is all about. I'm here to say, as young South Africans in the entertainment industry, raruhiwa ko social media when we say we're voting the ANC, but we stand firm and we say it's up to us to convince the young people to say this is the way and do not derail. Let's vote the ANC because it's the only party that we know. Thank you very much.
Podagada, author and amongst various other enterprises, he is developing the first black-owned cryptocurrency platform. He is a highly qualified blockchain expert, and yet his passion lies in social issues and the upliftment of African citizens.
Nda, Dekwana batho bote. My name is Mpotagada, and I am the author of the best-selling book, Mr. Bitcoin. I'm a blockchain specialist and have spearheaded the blockchain technology revolution in South Africa and on the African continent. Blockchain technology is an emerging space in the world, with a PwC report saying that 84% of companies in South Africa and globally are looking to implement blockchain technology. Now, for those who may be wondering what is blockchain technology, let me paint this picture for you. In about 10 years' time, my self-driving car will be driving on the road and will ask your self-driving car to give it way so that it may overtake because I'm in a hurry. My self-driving car will be able, after doing that process, to tip your self-driving car by sending it 10 Rand on a blockchain system. This is the world that we're gearing ourselves for. The Internet of Things, powered by blockchain technology. It is very near before us. The world is more interconnected than it's ever been before. Global markets are all looking at making payments simpler and easier to access. They're looking at making machinery communicate with one another for effective produce. South Africa, through the Reserve Bank and many stakeholders, has been very active and progressive within the digital space, having machinery working with artificial intelligence to better our systems. Now, it's no secret that the world becoming more digital is a threat to jobs. And that is why I commend our president, because he has set forth a fourth industrial revolution commission, basically set to assist digital transformation in the country to ensure that the country is able to compete globally and thrive within the digital place. Our president has not taken a back seat when it comes to the digital revolution. He's actually chairing this important commission. I only have one request, Mr. President, that I be part of it. It is with this foresight that the president has gone forth and set this structure. And he continues to find ways for South Africa to be competitive globally. Because the truth is, we can't ignore the fact that the world is changing. We can't ignore that the biggest companies in the world are now digital companies. Your Facebooks, your Amazons, your Google. We too, as Africans, need to participate, dominate, and rule in these sectors. It is with this confidence that we are celebrating the victory of the African National Congress and South Africa at large on the 8th of May. Together, we move our country forward. Thank you.
Sandile Zongo. He is the president of Business Unity South Africa, the founder and executive chairman of Zungu Investments Company, which is a highly respected leader in the investment arena and is 97% black-owned.
I am the president of the Black Business Council, an apex organization, an association of black business organizations. Mr. President, anything black business is us. We have among our members NAFCOC, BMF, Black Lawyers Association, BBC, BE, Santaco, just among professional and business organizations. Our membership stands at 2.3 million people through nearly 50 members in good standing. Santac alone, which is mobilizing through the taxi industry, has 600,000 people. So this number is real. We are bigger than COSATU. So I stand here, Mr. President, proclaiming that the millions of our members, through me, support the ANC. The historical relationship between the ANC and black business is deep. It is long. The founding president of the ANC was an entrepreneur. He founded not only the ANC, which is still standing, he also founded a Zulu newspaper called Ilanga Lasenatal, which is still standing. He also started a school Ohlange High School, still standing. Chief Albert Lutuli was a commercial cane grower, a brick maker, as well as a trader. Oliver Tambo and Nelson Mandela founded a commercial legal practice at the Chancellor House. This organization that you lead has a history of entrepreneurs at its helm. In the ANC, we in the Black Business Council see ourselves. The ANC is ours. In you, Mr. President, we see ourselves. You founded Shanduka, you created wealth, and through your smart allocation of capital, you created new employment opportunities and contributed towards economic growth. Through the Black Umbrellas and the Adopt a School initiative, you demonstrated that business can be a force for socio-economic good. You inspire us, Monghadi Ramaphosa. The organization that you lead is the only one that gives us hope that an inclusive economic growth model is entirely possible. Hence, it is very easy for me to say, tomorrow, and this time in particular next week, we'll be singing Halala ANC. But for now, we are saying ANC iyasetshenzelwa. ANC iyasetshenzelwa, halala iyasetshenzelwa. ANC iyasetshenzelwa, halala iyasetshenzelwa, halala, halala, halala iyasetshenzelwa. Halala, 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 iyasetshenzelwa. So you may ask, Mr. President, why we are so supportive of your fight against corruption. It is very simple. Corruption robs the poor, and over time, it elevates and escalates the cost of doing business. Corruption, through its terrible manifestation called state capture, has deprived Black business of an opportunity to do meaningful business with its government. The appointments that you have made are fantastic, and let's build on that momentum. So therefore, our endorsement of you is not blind. It's informed by objective realities. Your efforts towards employment creation has been amply demonstrated by your success in securing more than 300 billion rands in investment commitments. You created a ministry for small business development. The best developing economies are the ones where there is a strong symbiotic relationship between big business and small businesses. We must now make sure that we continue to support SMMEs through access to capital, access to markets, and integration into the supply chains of large corporations, as well as the timeous settlement of SMME invoices. When we had interactions with Comrade Maile and Comrade Makura here in Gauteng, they said they pride themselves as a Gauteng province in settling the invoices from SMEs within 7 days. Can't we just be proud of that? And why must we not reward that excellence? We want to reward it by voting ANC, not only nationally, but also here in Gauteng. Towards closing, the township economies are of critical importance. The vast majority of our urban masses live in Soweto, Umlazi, Mitchell's Plain, Mdantsane, Tembisa, Seshego, Botshabelo, Mahikeng, just to name a few. The largest form of equity in black hands derives from the value of their township properties. Thanks to the ANC for the more than 3 million houses that we have created for our people. The biggest tragedy is that they cannot leverage on that equity to create new wealth. Why? Because we are not investing in townships. What is left is for us to bring industry to the townships, both large and small industry, bring offices so the value of properties in black hands can grow. We should roll out broadband infrastructure and make living in the townships funky and more funky. And we know you, Mr. President, and you know that through the ANC, this will be made entirely possible. I will vote the ANC, and I urge all black business people within the ambit of the BBC to put a cross next to the handsome and charming face of one of our only president, Monghadi Ramaphosa. President, I'm dressed in gold, not because I'm Kaizer Chiefs. Far from it. Ngiyabopha. I am in gold because the next 10 years shall build the golden years of our economy. Viva ANC, viva!
Dr. Nokwetemba Mjali Hadebe. At age 31, she became South Africa's youngest chief executive at Charlotte Maxeke Hospital in Gauteng. She's part of the Mail and Guardian 100 Most Influential People.
It's bright up here. Amanda! Amanda! Slight correction, Mr. President. I was the CEO of Betakwa Hospital. It's a Smolanyana hospital in Germiston. President, I'm a qualified doctor. I've completed my MBA. I've worked as a clinician in private and in public service in both rural hospitals and urban hospitals. I'm working currently as in an NGO sector which supports the South African government's HIV response program, which I think we've said is the largest in the whole world. I'm now 34, so when I was 31 3 years ago, and I was the youngest hospital CEO. And I think I should mention that this would not have been possible if it was not because of the ANC. I only got to where I am because of the opportunities that were provided by the ANC-led government. So Amanda, the many successes that we've seen in health because of the ANC-led government. I've mentioned the South Africa, the biggest HIV response in the country, in the world. And we note, Mr. President, that we've put more than 4 million people who are living with HIV on treatment. You've made a commitment that by 2020, you would like to increase that number to 6 million. Now we note that it means we will still have 1 million people, according to our statistics, that still need to be put on treatment. And it's important that we also highlight the messages. We know that now mothers give birth, HIV-positive mothers give birth to children that do not have HIV because of the response. We also know that through the government of the ANC, we've reduced mortality in infants and children under 5 through the expanded immunization program and other preventative program strategies, we've increased effectively the life expectancy to 64 years in 2018 from 58 years in 2005. The ANC government has built a huge number of healthcare facilities in the last 25 years. In this province alone, it's 48. The ANC government has given more African children, such as myself, an opportunity to study medicine through increased access to higher education in order for us to be able to support our communities. Mr. President, these are all the successes that made me very proud to be able to be part of the public service. However, Mr. President, we still have a long way to go. The right to health care is a right that is enshrined in the Constitution. However, only a small percentage, about 10% of the people, which we can call the elite, can afford high quality healthcare services. I want to tell you a story, Mr. President, because an additional 6% of the population accesses private healthcare out of pocket, not because they can afford to, but because they have to, because sometimes the public health system fails them. I want to tell you a story of a 54-year-old lady, Umam Kumar, it's obviously not her name, not her surname, but who had been accessing healthcare, been seen at a healthcare facility for 2 years, who presented to my rooms last year, and it broke my heart because she had an advanced cervical cancer, which if in the 2 years that she had been consistently going to the healthcare facility, if they had bothered to do a pap smear, like the guidelines stipulate, they would have picked it up much quicker. That would have meant that her quality of life, by the time she accesses treatment, would have been better. It would have meant that we would have been able to provide a more cost-effective service to her than having to send her for chemotherapy, radiotherapy at Charlotte Maxeke. So that's the reality that we are dealing with. So we've got to be able to deal with some of those challenges, Mr. President. We also have an exodus of healthcare professionals who never ever work in the public service after the community service because they are frustrated by the system. I've mentioned that I was a humble public servant, but I left the public service because the environment was not conducive for young and innovative people like myself who want to do things differently and maybe even better. We cannot keep doing things the same way and expect the same results, the different results. The delivery of our services is so archaic in health that it does not create value for the citizens. Our people deserve a responsive government service delivery model that understands that they cannot spend the whole day at a healthcare facility just to collect medication instead of being at work and being productive to the country. Or that does not require them to be queuing at the facilities at 3 a.m., because that's the reality. At 3 a.m. to only access services at 7:30 or 8:30 when we decide that we start working. So I believe you, Mr. President, when you say you want to fix the healthcare system, because the Presidential Health Summit already is looking at resolving some of the challenges that I've mentioned. And I hope it's not another talk shop. And the healthcare professionals have requested that they have more representation in these platforms instead of the administrators to shape policy discussion. Mr. President, it is only the ANC that truly understands the plight of the poor, the marginalized, and the professionals. And it is only the ANC that can correct the current challenges and continue to lead society. This is why I am voting the ANC again next week. The people of this country continue to put trust in the ANC, correctly so, and I know the ANC will not fail them. I have confidence in you, Mr. President, my president, and the ANC that together we will get this, we will do right by our people. Let us continue to grow South Africa together. Amanda!
Hey, too.
Thank you so much.
Give her a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our Treasury General, Comrade Paul Mashatile. Let's give him a round of applause. That does conclude our speakers for this evening. Tonight's event was the brainchild of the head of elections, Comrade Fikile Mbalula. It's the first of its kind, ladies and gentlemen, because tonight we heard from ordinary South Africans who do extraordinary things. Let's give them a round of applause.
Indeed, absolutely. We'd like to honor all our speakers. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. And like we said a little bit earlier on, these may be their stories, but it represents many people like them in the same positions. And we believe here tonight properly validates why we will be voting for ANC on the 8th of March next week. May? Somebody just said May? Umhlaka 18. That's what I was asking. Umhlaka 8.
Umhlaka 8.
I'm ready. We must just do it already. All right, Siyanqoba. Mr. President, we have a surprise for you.
We do.
Ke batla ho hopotsa ntate wa ka, o no le Velcom. O ituletse, wa bona o dutse jwang? O ituletse fela tjena na. Wa qala mmina thoko. Wa ska kgona ho itshwara. Ebe wa ema. Wa dansa. So re bona hore bosung ba ka jone e re ba bitse hape. Re bona hebe motantsho wa ne wa Velcom o ntso le teng na bosung ba ka jeno. Re batla ho bona ke re motantsho o. Ke bua Sesotho jwale. Ke batla ho bona motantsho o. Ke ba Velcom. Mo diletsa mtanki mme mo diletsa no kae. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to now welcome Reamuhetsi, the band who performed in Velcom, and the president was very excited to see them, and we hope that tonight they do him justice. An incredible young group. Take it away, guys. Come on, boy. Hey. Velkomo ke kopa re ba shapele matsoho. Re se amohetse musical group, beautiful, doing the rendition in its original. Those of you who know that musical piece is not an easy one, all of them young people. Can we give them a round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please rise from your seats as we welcome onto stage the next President of the Republic of South Africa,
Yay.
President Cyril Ramaphosa.
Achingaro wa fokola mudidi etsani wo musumba kajeno. Oko wekese, oko wekese. Oko wekese. Oko wekese mudidi etsani wo.
Amandla.
Awethu.
Amandla.
Awethu.
Viva ANC, viva.
Viva.
Forward to victory, forward.
Forward.
Let's be seated, please. Thank you so much. Ixesha lifikile, unity makabane. Amandla.
Awethu.
Thank you so much, program directors, the lovely, well-spoken, articulate, beautiful program directors. Thank you so much. Let me extend my greetings to us, represented here by the members of the National Executive Committee, the Deputy Secretary General Jesse Duarte being here, and a number of NEC members. Let me also thank and greet the members of the Gauteng Provincial Executive Committee. The chairperson could not be here. I was with him earlier, but also extend my greetings to other leaders of the ANC from other provinces. I've seen leaders of the ANC from the Western Cape and a number of other provinces. I extend my greetings to all of you, and also the leaders of the ANC in the Gauteng region and the various branch leaders who are here. But let me also extend my greetings to leaders of the Alliance, the President of COSATU who is here, the leadership of the SACP and Siyanqoba who are also here, but also the leaders and members of various other formations that work with us, sporting organizations, and let me immediately say, somebody said that they earned their right to be here because they are members or the supporters of Orlando Pirates. I am not. But let me tell you something. I'm sitting next to Dr. Ivan Khoza there. And each time as everybody came up to speak here and they said, I'm Orlando Pirates, I looked at him and I said, did you arrange this? So I think he's trying to warming me up to become a supporter. I'm a long-standing supporter of Moraka Swailos. Now, in case you may think that that is a vote-losing type of support, he's warming me up. He's trying to win me over to being a Orlando Pirates supporter. And maybe I'm an Orlando Pirates supporter in the making. So I extend my greetings to leaders of sporting organizations, academic, entertainment, and all of you who are here. Let me say that we are really, really, truly honored to be here. But let me also single out Razmataz Balula for having come up with this idea. Razmataz, you have outdone yourself. You have done really well. Thank you very much. Thank you for having thought of this wonderful occasion. This is a fun-filled occasion. It does not really deserve, a major speech. The people who were talking here were really also talking to the manifesto of the African National Congress. They were articulating it so well, and they spoke extremely well, and I was trying to work out how do I characterize all the things that they were saying. What they were saying was both moving, it was engaging, it was touching, very touching. Somebody who was watching it online, on stream, overseas, sent me a message on my cell phone and said, this is most touching. It was also informative because I think many of us will have learned a lot from what some of our colleagues were saying, from blockchain to cryptocurrency to all those things, also from Dr. Chifularo about the 3D things that he put in somebody's ears, most informative. But it was also entertaining. Entertaining Machauke really wants to go to the World Cup, and she wants that ticket. I can say, Machauke, mi kumile ticket yangwina. Ita mi rumela World Cup. Milaba kuya France. Semu huma Brazil, nilaba kuya France manjeni. Ita mi rumela kona. We couldn't think of a better representative than Machauke. It was also enthralling, but it was also promising. Promising, everyone who spoke here was promising that they are going to vote for the ANC. I have no doubt whatsoever that indeed they are. We've already got 16 votes just tonight. And you can multiply that by many more with all the people, the 3,000 people who are here. But what they were also saying was very hopeful and forward-looking, but it was also honest. They were very honest in many of the things they were saying, and I also picked up a tinge of gentle criticism. They were very, very, very positive, but also positively criticizing us and egging us to move on and to do things correctly. That is what they did. But most importantly for me, it was most humbling. I will leave this evening tonight truly humbled by what I've heard. It touched my heart so deeply, but I also feel so humble that so many people, a galaxy of so many of you who are here, are willing to continue supporting the African National Congress. That I find most touching, and thank you very much. Colleagues, this is what we are finding as we are going throughout the length and the breadth of the country. And all of us seated here, and it's not only me, it's all of us. Bucks, as you see him, he's almost finished. He's been crisscrossing this country, the DSG, other members of the National Executive Committee who are here. We are all completely washed out. We've been going throughout the country, seeing our people in the rural areas, in the townships. And let me tell you, we met as officials this Monday, and we were briefing on exactly how our week has gone. But the one thing that we started identifying are the various themes on things that we are going to have to do soon after the 8th of May. The practical things that our people have been saying should be done. It's been most humbling to get into people's homes and have them open their doors and welcome us and talk to us and say, thank you, President. Thank you, members of the NEC and many others who've been campaigning for all that the ANC has done. And they've been brutally honest. And they have been saying to us, we thank you for all wonderful things the ANC has done, but we want a number of other things to be fixed, to be put right, because you are the only ones, the ANC is the only one that can put a number of other things that we need in our lives right. The first that they've been raising is service delivery. Service delivery has really gone down in a number of places in our country, but the faith and confidence that they have in the ability of the ANC to fix things remains constant. And that for us has been very humbling. And we've been saying, Mama, Baba, and my sister, my brother, we are going to fix them. Because I am clear about this. After the 8th of May, playtime is over. Now it's time to work. And we've been looking at the various themes. How do we fix our local government? How do we embolden our provincial government? How do we get our national governments to work much more effectively? Yes, my dearest sister, Doctor, to put right exactly what you were saying about the healthcare system. We are saying we've got all the policies. We now are going to stop talking. We are now going to do. We are going to implement. This is the time for implementation to happen. And we are committed to doing this because we don't want to take our people for granted. Our people are storing and investing their confidence, their hope in the African National Congress, and we are not going to squander that confidence and hope that they are investing in the ANC. Come the 8th, moving forward, it is step change. We are going to do things differently. We are going to be much more focused, and we are going to do things on time. We are going to reduce the regulatory burden as well. If it has been taking a month to get things done, I'm saying it must now be cut by 50%. We must do right by our people. And I thank you for being here. Many of you are here because of your confidence in this organization, your organization, the organization that you love, and the organization that we are finding the majority of our people right across the board still love very dearly. And I'm saying beyond the 8th of May, we are going to remain faithful to the aspirations of our people. We will do so for 5 reasons. 5 reasons. The first is, when we were elected in Nasrec, we were given a number of mandates through the resolutions that were passed at our conference. And you can check them online. But there are 5 critical issues that we were given as a mandate. The first one was to renew the African National Congress, to make sure that the ANC embraces its values and its principles once again and returns to the ANC that our people has always loved. And this was born out of an admission that we made. We made an admission when the then Secretary General presented his report. He presented a diagnostic report about how we had lost our way along the way, how we had allowed certain tendencies to creep into the African National Congress. And some of those had resulted, and Sandile Zungu spoke about some of these things, had resulted in corruption creeping in, had resulted in state capture, and the conference was clear in giving us a mandate. Renew the African National Congress. As you renew it, make sure that discipline in the ANC is what will underpin everything that we do. Discipline. And secondly, that we adhere to the value system of the African National Congress. That of putting our people first. That of serving our people. That of being the servant of our people and not working for our own personal interests, but the interests of the people of our country. And that is part of this renewal process. And that, for me, was the biggest mandate that I was given as president of the ANC, that go out and renew the African National Congress. We have embarked on a path of renewing the ANC. And that is the message that we've been spreading around, that look at us, we've made missteps in the past, but we are renewing ourselves, we are correcting the mistakes that we made, and the ANC is once again going to become and is becoming the leader of society. And that is what we are seeking to do. The second thing was to renew South Africa. Renew South Africa and make sure that everything that we also do in government is renewed. As we renew the ANC, we renew South Africa, and we become a country that is going to adhere to the best of values, that is going to adhere to the rule of law, that is going to respect the rule of law, the justice system, where we are going to say, everyone is equal before the law. No one is above the law. And that is what we are doing as we renew South Africa. The third one was the issue of unity, that we should unite our organization. We should unite the different strands We belong to a wonderful organization that has been in existence for the last 107 years. There is no other organization I know of that has existed for so long and has had the different strands, a diverse organization that has different people from the rural areas, from the urban areas, educated people, people who have not gone far at school, people who are professionals, people who are business people, communists, traditionalists, you name them. We are different and beautiful in our diversity. But we also have different perspectives, different views. And with time, sometimes we started pulling in different directions. As it was evidenced when we went to the conference in Nasrec, we were pulling in different directions, backing different leaders, but Nasrec was the defining moment. It chose a leadership, and we've been saying, as the African National Congress, we coalesce and unite behind a leadership that has been chosen. And that is precisely what we are doing. And the best manifestation of that, I tell people, is how Comrade Dr. Nkosi Dlamini Zuma and myself relate to one another. We are united in effort and everything, and we have put away to the differences that we had, the different approaches that we had. And we are saying to our own organization, comrades, the two protagonists who were pitted against each other have now united. They work together beautifully and wonderfully. And we are saying all our members, all our leaders must now unite and pull in the same direction and speak with one voice. That is what we are saying. Now, unity is not a one-day affair. It's a process. It's a process, and you know, colleagues, it's such a wonderful process as it unfolds. And sometimes we will take 2 steps backwards, but we will always be moving forward. There are quite a number of structures in the ANC that were completely pitted against each other, and we have almost imposed unity on those structures, on those leaders, and now, as they work together, they are finding that it's beautiful because the diverse views that everyone has to give enriches the process. And that unity is being forged as we move on. And all I can say to you is watch this space. We are going to continue uniting the African National Congress because there's no other way other than to unite the African National Congress, and we will succeed. That you will see. The other task, as I go quickly through them, because I want to talk a little bit about the economy, which is prominent in our thinking. The other task was to unite South Africa, that we were given at the conference, that unite South Africa, united this beautiful nation that Madiba helped to liberate, or Tambo helped to liberate, unite this nation and mesh the South African people into one nation and promote social cohesion. And that is a mandate that we are now executing, uniting our people, making sure that the principles of the African National Congress of non-racialism, the principles of human rights promotion, the principles, yes, of being tolerant, accepting, promoting our respect for people who have a different sexual orientation, people who are young and old, rural, urban, that we must unite all our people. That is the mandate I was given, and I'm on it. The last one was to build a social compact, to get the people of South Africa working together. And we came up with the best election slogan, the doings of Razzmatazz and his election war room, that we should say, together we grow our country. Let us grow South Africa together. And that is the task that we are involved in, to build this compact and get every South African to have a sense of belonging, a sense of ownership, a sense of wanting to do something that is going to take South Africa forward. So those are the 5 critical issues that we were given as a mandate. And we are now using them to address some of the challenges that our country faces. The challenges that we face are enormous. But I believe that together, as we work together, we are equal to the task of addressing these. And what are some of those challenges? Inequality remains a very serious challenge in our country. We've got to address inequality. We've got to address poverty and unemployment. Youth unemployment is what keeps us awake all the time. And we are addressing it by embarking on a number of initiatives. We're seeking to transform the structure of our economy so that this economy must be an economy that works for all South Africans. The structure of our economy was such that it was only structured or put together to work for a few people. Now we are breaking down that structure to make sure that the economy works for all, so that we can have, yes, radical economic transformation of an effective nature. But in the course of doing so, we want all of us to work together to promote or to mobilize investments in our country. As you heard, last year, before I get there, when I came up with the concept of raising $100 billion, 1.4 trillion rand, a number of my colleagues, even in cabinet, thought that I had gone cuckoo. And they said, this president is really losing it, and he's new in his job. So he ain't going to be so good for this country because he's losing it so early. But when we came up with that concept, it started to gain momentum. It set, our minds on fire. And we were able to hold that conference and mobilized 300 billion rand. And we are now seeing that. Yes, we can applaud because it's difficult to count 300 billion rand. It's very difficult. Yes, it's very difficult. Let alone 1.4 trillion rand. But now what we are beginning to see is that that money is coming home to roost, if one can put it that way. We are beginning to see those companies that stood up and made a pledge. They are now bringing those dollars to South Africa. The money is flowing in. 2 weeks ago, I had occasion to go and open the Nissan side of the factory that is going to make the Navara pickup van. And it's going to employ 480 people in the factory and an additional 600 people in a number of related businesses. And that is really uplifting. It's really uplifting because people thought that, no, this is just talk. We're now beginning to see this happening. Many business people tell us after the 8th of May, when the ANC will have achieved a decisive victory. Did you read my lips? Decisive victory. Confidence is going to start rising. Confidence will rise, and I think confidence will also rise in our own hearts. We will now know that the country is ready for a real takeoff. And they say confidence will rise. As confidence rises, more and more investments will come in. Now, we try many efforts as well as we restructure our economy, because what we now want to do is to focus on the township economy, on the rural economy, on agriculture, on the ocean economy, on textiles, on the SEZs, and revamping those old trading and areas which were set up in the past, which have been closed, the industrial parks. As we focus on that and revamp them, we will be injecting more and more capacity in our economy, but we're also going to focus on infrastructure. My sister, Mama Chauke, was talking about 2010. Our commitment to infrastructure started tapering down, and we are now, after 2010, we are now going to revamp it. We're setting up the infrastructure fund, and we are going to attract billions and billions of rands to pump more energy and activity in our infrastructure. We want to build dams. We want to build roads. We want to build, the rail line. Remember, I was stuck in Mabopane for 3 hours. We're going to correct that. And that gave me a real good lesson. Some people say I was shocked. It gave me a very good lesson that you must address the challenges that our people face. But we're also going to focus on youth unemployment. What are we doing with youth unemployment? And I want to tell you a wonderful story tonight. Because today we were launching another iteration of the Youth Employment Service. We went to the private sector, to the CEOs of major companies in our country, and said, we want you to employ 1 million young people in the next 3 years. Create job opportunities for them. And they immediately cobbled a plan together, and we worked with them as government, and that emerged as the Youth Employment Service. Now, we've said we want 1 million. It has proved to be quite challenging to set it up, the regulatory framework, but now it's beginning to take off. And now, they are now almost at 18 to 20,000 young people who are being brought in. But here is the wonderful initiative that happened today. One bank, Nedbank, has decided to take 3,352 young people that they are going to bring into their bank. But now, before I came here, I got another report, because some of the employers had already started. One of the banks, Investec, had already taken 1,270. Now, the YES project is about giving young people an opportunity to get into the work situation for a year. They are taught the skills, they get to know the world of work, and after a year, they are supposed to fend for themselves and find a permanent job. Now, the CEO or the former CEO of Investec tells me that, President, I have great news for you. And I said, what is it? He said, we put in 1,270 young people into the YES project. And he says, I'm happy to tell you that 93% of those young people a year later now have permanent jobs. Permanent jobs. But now he says to me, we brought in one young man who had to go and work on a sponsored basis in a hotel in KZN. And he was in the bakery section of this hotel. And he was baking cakes. They tell me he was baking cupcakes. Cupcakes. And he started doing so well. They say he was baking cupcakes day and night. Now, this young man, listen to the story. Forget the cupcake bit. Listen to the story. This young man was making cupcakes and they were coming out of his ears. Now, he decided to leave the hotel to go and set up his own business. He now employs 12 people in his own business, which shows, what this shows is that when young people are given an opportunity, when they are given a pathway, when they are given a chance, our young people rise to the occasion. And I want to applaud the young people of our country because they are innovative, they are brave, they are courageous, they are full of ideas. You saw this band of these young people here. They are a high school band. They are not your professional band. I met them in Welkom. Was it Welkom or? Yeah, in the Free State, in Welkom. They got me to dance. They are going somewhere. And all they need is our support to take them to the destination they are going. So what I'm saying is that the opportunities abound in our country. Now, our government is now going to open up the valves. We want to open up the valves of our economy and give our people an opportunity and a chance and attract investment to come into South Africa, transform our economy, and get rid of all the regulatory burden that many business people have. And I applaud Gauteng. Gauteng is a leading province in our country by paying their business people within 7 days. That is something that we should applaud. And we are going to, at national level, we haven't reached that yet, but we are going to get there because we need to empower our business people and give opportunities. Yes, give opportunities to our scientists, give opportunities to all our people, and just open up all the valves so that our people can get a chance to be serious actors in our economy. Now, the economy is the one prominent issue that we are highlighting because our lives revolve around the economy. And it is this that we want to work much better. We've been, over the past few years, we've been laboring under 1%, 1 point something percent. We now have reached a stage where we should upgrade the growth level of our economy. We should also upgrade the participation of black people in the economy of their own country. That is something that we are committed to and we are not going to turn away from. We are going to make sure that we give a great opportunity to the women in our country, to the young people in our country, to be active players in our economy. In the midst of all this, we are also going to focus, yes, on the fourth industrial revolution, get into blockchain in the most meaningful way, the Internet of Things, biotechnology. Dr. Chifilaro has just proven to us, the one doctor who has, and his team, who have done the most amazing thing of doing this transplant of the ear. When Dr. Mutsaledi, and I think I saw him earlier here, he came rushing to me as we were going into a cabinet meeting and said, President, a miracle is about to be performed in our country. A black doctor and his team are about to do something that has never been done in the whole world, to transplant an ear. And today we have that. That tells us that as a country we have a reservoir, a real reservoir of talented people. We have a reservoir of great opportunities. And that is what we want to unlock and give our people a chance in. And this time has now arrived. We've done all the policy prescripts. We've done them all. We've got policies from here to Cairo. And this is now the time to implement. And I've been saying in the campaign trail as I'm talking to our people that as president, I no longer want to hear excuses from ministers. Right now, we must do things. And I would like also our premiers at provincial level, they must not accept excuses. No more excuses. We just must now implement because our people deserve the best. South Africans deserve no less than what we can give them. And give them, we are going to. And your presence here tonight just lifts our spirits. As we go to the elections on the 8th, we are confident. I sleep very peacefully, knowing, because people keep asking me, are you nervous? Are you feeling a bit nervous that you may not do as well? I say, I have great confidence that we are going to succeed. And this is born out of the hope that is abroad in our country. Our people are filled with hope. They see this election as a decisive moment in the future of our country. And the most important thing, they see themselves playing a role. It is that Tumamina spirit that our people have embraced. And they are collectively saying, Tumamina, to go and vote to secure a great future for our country. Over the past 25 years, a lot has been done and achieved. A lot still needs to be done. We've now reached that stage that Madiba reached when he wrote in his book that I have climbed a mountain and I've reached the top of the mountain, and as I look, I see a great vista ahead of me, and I see more and more hills to be climbed, and I say, I dare not tarry. I should not wait too long, because there is still a climbing of the mountain that lies ahead. And that is precisely where we are. Let us go and climb the mountain together, and let us go and consolidate what we have done in the past 5 years. So I've been saying that we are almost like a plane. Mama Chauke boarded a plane and went to Rio de Janeiro. We are almost like a plane that is on the runway, a plane that is fueled, has been properly serviced, is fueled, everything has been checked, the tire pressure has been checked, the engines are humming, and they are giving a beautiful sound, a beautiful melodic sound. It's ready to take off. The stewards and the stewardesses are well dressed, they are ready inside the plane, ready to welcome those who want to become passengers. The key question is, are we going to board this plane? The African National Congress is already sitting at the pilot seat. The pilot is the African National Congress, ready to take this plane off. Are you ready to board this plane with us? Are we ready to go and board the plane? Forward to victory, forward. Forward to victory, forward. Thank you very much. Let's board the plane and go for victory. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, how did you put it? The next president.
Next president of the Republic of South Africa.
Thank you so much for honoring us this evening. We'd like now to call the head of elections on a national level, Comrade Fikile Mbalula, to officially close the evening for us before we close all procedures. Can we give him a round of applause as he comes?
Amandla,
Wait.
you look like a bunch of winners, not a bunch of losers. Comrade President, there was Dr. Chris Barnard. When we were doing Bantu education, you were reminded, you know when you eat chappies and you read on chappies, what you did not know, Dr. Chris Barnard, the first doctor to do a heart transplant, because Bantu education taught us to cram things. But now we don't have Chris Barnard, we've got Dr. Sifularo, the first black to do an ear transplant in a democratic South Africa. That is what? Black excellence. Zifikile Taki. So that is what we're celebrating tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to announce to you that this coming weekend is the last weekend. And from tonight, Siyanqoba, you can participate in our campaign. You are live tonight on my ANC TV, Facebook, YouTube, and with people like us, you were also on Twitter. And with your participation on those platforms to support the ANC and the campaign, It's not yet over. We need to go all out. But we want to thank you with your presence here tonight. You show and stretch your colors to the mast. Black, green, and gold, support of the African National Congress. Shimza, there's no time to be afraid. Asiba service yawafuna. Forward ever, backward never. Now is the time to vote ANC. Tomorrow is the last Friday. We have given you dukes tonight, and many of you, you've got dukes. Tomorrow is ANC Duke Friday. Stretch your colors to the mast. Put on your duke, men and women. Men and women, put on your dukes. Tomorrow is Friday, Duke Friday, okay? Amanda, on Sunday, Ellis Park. Siyanqoba, Ellis Park, and Johannesburg Stadium. The stadium will be opened at 3 a.m. The president will be speaking at 10 o'clock, and the stadium is full already. So on Sunday, we are all expected to be at Ellis Park from 3 a.m. You can be there at 7 o'clock. Comrade Jeff Radebe, it is allowed. Comrades, finally, those who are young, you can join us at Taboo nightclub tonight. The president will not be there. Professor Dr. Merriman Kalf, please don't join us there. For some of us who are very young, Comrade President, forever young, we will be endorsing the ANC at Taboo tonight. You can come and just spend your money there. Lastly, we allow the president to leave and the entourage, and want to thank the TG for his support, even though we thank the fish for swimming. Comrade Paul Mashatile. Viva Paul Mashatile, viva! Viva Jesse Duarte, viva! Isma Khashule, the Secretary General, is not here. He's also campaigning in KwaZulu-Natal. And Comrade Gwede Mantashe was not here tonight. Comrade Gwede Mantashe spent 2 hours convincing a person who's not registered. Vote on the ANC. A very effective canvasser. National Chairperson Gwede Mantashe. Vote. And then the Deputy President is also on the field. He could not also join us here tonight. There are members of the National Executive Committee who are here, and our cabinet ministers, outgoing cabinet ministers. I'm long gone, I can say that. Okay, we will ask the president to come to the fore, just a photo with the people who spoke here tonight. And then please don't leave before the president leaves. So I'm happy to say that deputy ministers are here. I can't mention you all. We thank you for coming. And all the people from all walks of life, sports, entertainment, models, fashionistas, and everybody who's here, supporters of football. So please come forward, come on the stage. Let's keep on defending the ANC. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, thank you very much for covering us and giving us the platform, even though we fight with you a lot. But we thank you for covering us and following the story of the African National Congress. We thank the president. The president, before he came here today, he started with the YES project in the morning, went to Mamelodi and came here tonight. And tomorrow he's in Cape Town. And on Saturday, he will be in KwaZulu-Natal. And on Sunday, he's in Ellis Park. And all our officials, we thank you for working hard for the African National Congress and all of you. Amanda! Awethu.
Amandla.
The DSG and TG, please come forward also. And NEC members, and cabinet ministers who are here, please come to the podium and we can take a nice grand photo. This will go to our memorabilia. The only time you get to take pictures is in cabinet. This is the last cabinet meeting. Please come forward. And the president is here. And to everyone who support the ANC, keep supporting. Amanda.
Too.
And then Relaila Ngengom. What song? Thank you, Mini Dlamini and Rorisang. And Siti Pagama Ramaphosa. Let's go. Thank you very much.
All right. Can we kindly ask that we take a picture with the endorsers for tonight before we take pictures with everybody else? Can we kindly ask that it be the endorsers? With all due respect, can we kindly ask that it's the endorsers that spoke today that gets a picture with the president? All the endorsers that spoke with the president? And then we'll come and take more pictures. But just the endorsers today.
Amanda Pagama Ramaphosa, let's go! Volume, Mr. DJ.